Yeah. Or if you like wake up one morning, you got like a package that arrived, and you're like, "This is Hideo Kojima's arm. What the fuck? Why is you giving this to me?"
Hideo Kojima's arm.
Yeah.
I'm here to deliver this.
Yes, I can't tell you why, but you need this. It's like, what the fuck is going on?
He named you a personal friend to keep his
I
bodily.
don't even know this guy. Just that guy that was on Adam's fucking profile picture on TeamSpeak. He wanted you to have this. What the fuck?
All right, gentlemen. We're live, by the way.
Okay, I'm leaving.
Oh,
No, Bob, stay.
Not a true fan.
You want me to stay?
stop. Oh, Jesus Christ. But we had Bob as a special guest to voice the Master Brain. And he's gonna call you all the N-word. Necromancers. Before anyone jumped to conclusions as to what I was referring to.
Don't jump to conclusions.
You dumb necromancers.
Whoa, jeez, ooh.
Dude.
Filled the rest of that in my brain, I'm not gonna lie. Alright, 186 today. Looks like we're probably not gonna make it to 200, boys. I don't think we have enough juice left in the engine.
Not till I try.
Henry, crash their car.
Don't get me fucking started.
Got him in the car, swerve the car.
He's removed all excess teleporter pads and pneumatic tubes.
It's just a fucking door, and then there's a guy, and then there's another door.
It's literally just.
You just have to do an hour a day, not even.
That's horrifying.
Oh, imagine fragmenting that. That'd be.
There's literally a straight. It's just a straight corridor. But
It's actually a funny little slide. That he's like,
but he's
come
gonna
on, guys.
he's gonna find. Oh wait, one of these panels is loose. I'm gonna slip under here and then.
Oh my god!
I found Disneyland.
A Feywild portal. Just
oh my god!
Under. In the astral plane on the.
I mean, there are fair portals in the astral plane, but it's just like not here. All right, gentlemen, we got to go back to 185. Unfortunately, that means that Greg is first, but he's not here. He has an unfortunate situation that I'm sure you all are aware of.
Yeah, he's in jail now.
Yep.
R.I.P.
But he will be here tomorrow.
One day jail. One day jail.
So Greg's is to start with, so I will read his first. GIF collage. 185, blindsiding blind eyes. 8, the reblinding of Andrew. That is Tien from the Dragon Ball series, doing his. What's that attack called? It's not Kaioken.
Actually, or do you want the Japanese name? Or the English.
You missed mine. Ooh.
I actually don't know the Japanese name.
Mine's above.
How far have to go? Oh, we gotta find Corey. Hold on.
It's
ribs.
All right, hold on. That was a while ago, yeah, because we did Oh, Candy. And why are there so many Corys? What? There's Corey everywhere.
Greg.
All right. Let me just finish with Greg's thing. He's got the Pondering Wizard, the walls oozing green slime, and Donkey Kong. For some reason, he's not here to elaborate on what that Donkey Kong specifically is.
We'll never know.
Considering he is Dr. Bananas, I'm assuming it's just a self-portrait. Alright, I gotta go find all the way to the Rips and Armenian Corey for Dan's. 185, Blind Eyes is Blind Day. Blind Eyes gets blinded. Jesus, can we all stop? And Kalos taunts Dauntless from outside the orb. Zelik deploys the Art of the Deal on the Green Grandfather after being possessed by the Orange Man. Wow, a lot of your boy Trump here. League's rucksack comes into clutch once again, and you have a little Pikachu, and it says "free him" like 4 times. That's Dan's. Person posting her pictures of a wintry wonderland in February. This is Henry's, also a GIF collage. This is from the show Bird Box, I think.
It's a movie.
Sandra Bullock. what is probably a New York City subway pedestrian being forcibly yanked by another person. Is that a fucking rolled up burnt toilet paper roll on the fucking floor or some shit?
Honestly, it looks like a crack pipe, but
Oh yeah,
I
yeah.
know it looks like a bottle of water of some sort.
I see. We have a very clean
Henry tweaked saying that.
Monkey?
Bottle of water.
Ooh, it's probably an eighth of vodka, actually.
It might be, might be.
We got some nerdy Asian guy on a keyboard. Probably not referring to me in real life. Zach Galifianakis doing math. Oh, this was me calculating the volume. Oh, you son of a bitch. No, that is me. That is me.
Well, technically, the Asian guy is Gizmo typing.
Oh, yeah.
Zach Galifianakis is doing the calculations for me to get Kerm de Veshnot up there, and then the last one obviously
Is Kerm himself, yeah.
Yeah.
Was this a buggy? Little Volkswagen, I think.
And then the joke of the century that made my day.
Oh yeah, this was what's the plan on 315 from Andrew, and then Henry comes in with your mom, and then ha, got him. Andrew will never recover.
That one was. I had that on my screen like for most of the weekend, dude. That's why it's so funny. Because I was just like, oh, I'll check the D&D chat see if there's an update. Nope, it's just that. That was fucking stupid. It's so stupid.
Next is Alex, 185, and the long rest potion goes to ... Greg,
Yes.
who's not here. The League hatches a scheme to cure Dauntless of his case of the greens. Everything goes according to plan. The Agonia provides the first opportunity for Varys to use his BS detector. Unfortunately, it's gotten a little rusty, unlike the one guy you really wanted to have it work on. A Gizmo, or maybe Kalos, learns the wish spell. That is...
I mean, it felt like that a little bit.
Henry did the little blinking eyes thing that they do in movies. Adam, please, blink, blink, blink. You wouldn't not let me have the dragon, would you? It worked.
We even got rid of the one part that kept hurting.
So if I remember correctly, we said Kerm would be missing his wings.
Because you can just fly anyways.
Yeah, because the only reason they've been used so far is to hit Summerwatch.
And as funny as that is.
This one is last. Andrews, 185 question mark. Only the vaguest of memories. The Leog talks it out with the snot monster. Pragmatist rules bitch. A mob of mostly abnormals can probably kick the big brain's ass, so backing the winning team is a safe bet. Dauntless is freed from mind control too. We prep for a warm-up fight. Well, let's go ahead and jump into Tailspire. Let me go ahead and summon you guys to the Agonia. So we did not teleport yet on purpose, just because we wanted to make sure that everyone who was taking a long rest or a short rest via potion or catnap got all of their stuff. The icons are for pinging and whatnot on Tailspire now, if that's what you're wondering what they are. You can change your color of your ping, just in case you want to make sure people know who's pointing at what. Now, we're going to go ahead and first make sure that everyone who took care of their rest actually did it. Next is me taking out my whiteboard and seeing if there's anything relevant on this. They go away after a while.
They stay forever.
How many did we max out people use? I know we saved one short rest potion just in case. How did we do this? It was a long rest to zip, and then everyone else was catnapped.
Yeah, everyone else is topped off, health-wise anyway.
We max out. Did Laszlo max out the number of people he could use the short rest, the catnap on? Or
yeah, all the people that I have set aside. So Summerwatch, Zen, was that Oberyn and Gizmo? those were the recipients of the catnap spell. The rest of you guys who are off on the side were put there because you were either topped off completely or doing else something. And obviously you can see that Zip is knocked prone because he is taking the long rest.
He's taking an extremely long rest.
Well, this tea is still hot. That's crazy.
Did the flask?
Yeah, dude, I poured it at fucking 9 o'clock. It's still warm. Crazy. Alright, so... And for some reason... Yeah. So, the last thing to do is to push the button and teleport. We did have to eat some economy in terms of Laszlo's spells to get Kerm already. Let me just make sure Gizmo has the morph. He does. I'm gonna have to probably copy that over because it's gonna be a map change anyways, but let me just double check the unique characters.
Did we have any items to use prior, like the young year staff, to get foresight and stuff? How's that working?
I was actually gonna use that on myself.
There
when we got
is.
to the room.
Is there any squid, like defector squids, that have abilities that could be utilized in conjunction with that, or does that also burn their resources as
What
well?
is foresight? Is saving
I-
throws and attacks?
Yeah.
And
Basically everything.
Everything.
Yeah.
Advantage on everything.
They everything has disadvantage on you. You have disadvantage on everything.
I can give Intellect Fortress to Gizmo can give Intellect Fortress to someone, making them resistant to psychic damage. However, it's probably going to be on just 2 at a max.
how long does it
Concentration, right?
last if we want to save it for the last boss?
No, actually, I think it's just a one and done type of deal.
Does it last like a minute, 10
Nope,
minutes?
I think it lasts like an hour or 8 hours. Hold on.
Oh, so you're still rocking yours from when you did
No.
ours.
Mine, Kalos is gone.
Well, you guys
It's been a while now.
Well, you gotta
Pardon?
think. You gotta consider we've really been in the ship for like maybe an hour. Realistically, all these sessions. Like,
Because I cast it on myself.
Yeah, it's
at
a concentration for an hour. It says.
oh, so you gotta concentrate.
Yeah.
Oh,
Does Gizmo? Could he concentrate and then get in the mech, or does it not work like that?
No, I think after I go into the mech, everything gets dispelled, right?
You're using your concentration on
I'm
controlling the
using-
mech.
Yeah, I'm assuming, DM.
It's a very complicated system, so yeah.
I bet it looks like one of those, like, put the cube in the square hole.
No.
I imagine it like the '90s anime where you
Ooh.
all the knobs. And
Oh,
buttons.
it's like analog as fuck. Like, yeah.
It's like that one fucking vehicle that they had in South Park where you put one thing in your mouth, the other one up your butt, and then
It
you
could just be
control
a
it by
hole.
twisting. Yeah.
A very weird looking hole. Andrew, you were gonna ask something? What was up? I heard you asking
Muted.
something. I was muted.
Well,
He does have the other foresight. He did get Zip's foresight, so he is good to go.
Okay.
Yeah, I was gonna wait
Fine.
for the foresight to cast on myself after we get to the boss, just in case if there's any like
Yeah.
weird door thing that just dispels all the magic that you have on you.
I have only done that like twice.
If you did that on the last day, that'd be so
It
cruel.
makes sense. No, it
Yeah.
makes sense if you did it at the beginning. That completely. That's why I'm not gonna cast it on myself right now.
And you lose everything. So I'm looking if there's anything written.
Ooh, you
I
pass
don't-
underneath the easy pass.
Gizzy doesn't have anything.
Gizulated.
Gizzy doesn't have anything.
You open the old Laszlo sheet. There might be something lurking. I mean, if you guys have, I think a few of the squids have mind blank. That's probably quite a good one to use in the boss fight because
Rajko doesn't.
what that does. Well, doesn't he have the thing where you can mimic a spell if he sees it?
Yeah, I think so.
So what that shit does is it just you don't take psychic damage. It's instantaneous. Lasts for 24 hours. So it's like that's just huge.
What else does he have left?
It is an 8th level, so that's the only.
He does have his 8th level still.
I don't know if this fat meatball can cast spells, but like obviously counter spells are quite useful. And obviously, Sunwatch is just going to be our absolute machine of machine spirits and various missiles.
I am just gonna move Zip to the side. Alright, so anything else before we set the command deck as our destination and sally forth into the breach?
I can't think of anything.
Alright, going once, going twice. Hit that funny button, Gizmo.
Wait.
You-
wait.
Henry,
No,
That's
okay.
it.
You knew he was gonna do it. You knew he was
That's
gonna do
it.
you just lost your testicle privileges.
Okay.
Whoa.
Oh, they already gone. That was that. That's what the cough was. They coughed.
They're
Gone.
getting ripped off next month.
What the hell? Is that what is that what it's like getting married? Jeez.
Yeah, that's exactly what it's like anyway.
Dang.
I've heard anyway. I'm gonna experience it next month. I'll tell
So
you
I'm
guys.
told.
Alright, first, let me set it up. I need to spawn in the unique characters. That's you guys.
Guys were unique. We're special.
Worked very hard at the what's it called?
Let's see this. Summer Watch, Zen, Barris, Zelik. No Zip for now, but I will just spawn him in just so that he's here, but he's still upside down.
Sweeping that hard.
Alright, so Gizmo goes over to the command console, types in some who's you what's its, and sets the teleport destination for the command deck, the final layer before the Master Brain's chambers. A very solemn silence falls upon the group as the engine of the teleporter whirs for what is presumably the last time, not including your exit when you're gonna have to use it again.
Ideally.
But you know, going, not so much as coming back. A light flashes before your eyes, and you can see all of your friends in a dark chamber. The teleport room that you appear in is comparable in size to the one that you just exited, allowing for large creatures to go to and from. But in this case, it is not as well lit, and you are plunged in darkness for just a moment before a faint blue light illuminates the area. Long shadows are cast upon all of you, and your faces are kept in a veil of shadows before another set of lights turns on, this time an orangish red color. And a two double door exit is the only thing that you see. No windows, no computer monitors. There is a console on one end, but it is similar to that of the teleportation pad console that Gizmo just used, so you presume that it's to teleport out of here. As soon as most of the lights that will turn on have turned on, you can see each other in a slightly weird color tinge, a bluish-orange hue across all of you, and you can't help but wonder whether or not this is the right location, until the two double doors open of their own fruition and let in a very, very cold and interesting smelling air from the other side. It is, if those of you who are familiar with the smell of formaldehyde or preserving agents, it is very comparable to that. It is pungent and kind of smells like high school chemistry. Complete with me and Andrew not doing our homework correctly.
Dissected the frog the wrong way.
The deep lore.
No, because in physics we would pretend to do our homework until we got caught one day.
Oh dang.
So I did half of the sheet and then used my scientific calculator to cover the other half. But then one day the teacher actually lifted up the
Oh, you got such a
calculator.
cool calculator. Ah!
Get that much physics homework? Like I feel like the effort of doing half the sheet at that point, like
I don't want to hear it. I already passed the class. All right, I got a C minus. Get off my back.
Name one physics right now.
Name one
Gravity.
Shit, he's good. He's
Shit,
good.
He's good, man.
But we did it. Caught me out. Can I get a sum on? Unless there's other people.
As
not
there
with some.
are scant features besides this one chamber, you decide the only matter of course is to go through the double doors. Just remember that you will have to open up your rucksack if you want to get Kerm, but right now he's in storage. What's up,
save
dude?
Kerm till we
Does
know.
it look like? Does it cost me another 5th level slot to get it out?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
So be very
Yeah.
aware.
This doesn't look like he can fit in there, right?
Well, he's 3x3, so keep that in
Get
mind.
him out? It's on Henry. I didn't mind
I
using
guess
it.
the question is, are we gonna hit another door with another teleporter that he's not gonna be able to fit through, and do we want to? I guess that's
Henry's
I guess-
cool. Tyler Henry's cool.
Not yet.
Okay. Tell me when.
You all
I'll
step
slot
through the
for it.
chamber.
Thank you.
The air is actually very well kept. It is a comfortable 70-something odd Fahrenheit. Before I tell you the wrong unit of measurement there. And
except Kelvin in this campaign.
I don't know anything about
Is
conversion
this
of
like
Kelvin.
a fucking 40k, man? This is
Yes.
sick as fuck.
It's a
really cool.
it's a bridge from a.
It's real nice, dude.
Who gave it away? All the skulls
Yeah, well, yeah.
and all the unnecessary candles fucking everywhere.
It's probably a server somewhere. But
Yeah, yeah.
I'm gonna look for him. Sorry. Go on.
You step into the chamber. It is surprisingly not very populated up in this bitch. You'd figure there's like a bunch of fucking Yan Min just going about playing with computers and whatnot, but it's actually fairly empty. There's enough consoles and seats that you figure that there should be people working here, Yan Min or otherwise. Alien life forms, maybe the highest of intelligence across the multiverses. Not the game.
Yeah, Donald Duck. Yeah, that game.
Well, yeah, that game's fucking going offline, so. There's surprisingly little life around here besides yourselves. The consoles are even turned on and going about some random business, doing some data entry or processing of some kind. You can hear the whir of electronic devices, fans moving, small sparks from wayward wires that are not fully sheathed, and popping noises that come from perhaps a ventilation system of some kind. Not to mean that the Green Grandfather is like, hey, I'm gonna just check in on you guys, but just...
I don't like you very much.
Oh, you forgot your handbag in my room. But there is one sound that constantly pipes up above all others. It is a very raspy, respiratory, gasping sound, like someone who is on the iron lung.
So it's Darth Vader.
No,
No.
No, that's.
I'm
the
from
brain
another
actor.
franchise. Hello. Okay, so there's like a. Does it sound pained, or is it just like a rhythmic sort of?
slow and steady wins the race, and whoever is on this ventilator is probably somewhere in this chamber. The acoustics of this make it so that every footsteps, and in this case the ventilator sounds, almost feel omnipresent. Difficult, if not impossible, to tell where precisely they are coming from. From your perspective, you can see not only these consoles, but a large glass dome in the middle. It reflects light in such a way that it is murky, like looking into a magic 8-ball. In it, you can see all sorts of different lights being reflected from the various consoles and candlelight in this room. And on the other side of it, a tall staircase with a comically tall throne. Something of like the captain's seat if this was a traditional seafaring vessel. From the bridge, of which this entire thing is the bridge.
Since this is like a boat, does Zen have an unnatural urge to want to sit on the throne?
It's a little bit too much in a different zip code, I would say.
Zip reference.
Oh, R.I.P. Zip.
He's not dead.
Dead.
That
He's
guy-
not dead. He's just
That
napped.
guy, he's that guy
He's
in
just
jail.
sleeping.
But in either case, you may venture around. If you'd like to, you can check the consoles. You can go towards the big glass orb. You can try to find the source of the ventilator. But in either case, right now you are, for the most part, on your own.
Since I'm mobile, can I just like sit on Laszlo the whole time?
I mean, if you want to be lazy about it.
Walk, fool. Sure.
Well, I don't feel like dictating where I'm walking.
Walk for me, peasant.
Mush.
I mean, he's been a mount before. I'm pretty sure you won't mind, right?
Yeah, but in this context, it kind of feels like you're using him.
I don't want to use my legs. You walk for me.
Got blue tubes running through here. Is it like liquid? Is it like pneumatic tubes that we are now a little more familiar with?
You
Thanks.
trying to make a quick buck? You trying to sell that copper wire online? What's going on? Is that a thing in America too?
Yeah, and the ship wires and stuff, yeah.
Yeah.
It's decent money.
They do it to the Tesla charging stations as they rip out the
Woo!
rip those
I mean,
out.
Boo.
What the hell? Pick a side, Dan.
There's a dick.
Well, I'd prefer if people didn't steal things, period, so let's go ahead and just stop with that. In any case, there are things you guys can take a look around, but for the most part, the tubes themselves carry a bluish clear liquid. Kind of looks like, what's that flavor of Gatorade that's light blue? Glacial something? Oh, okay, I didn't ask about them, okay.
Does it resemble the ferrofluid from the...
No, it is something entirely different. Wherein the ferrofluid was typically like a dark navy blue or Kool-Aid red, this one is light blue, as, you know, Gatorade colors. Not to say that there's not a color of Gatorade that matches that.
Is
but
there
still.
anything on the ceiling? Is this a high ceilinged room? Like, so
Relatively
there's no
speaking,
archways,
yeah, but for the most part, there's no like cameras or like stalactites or anything, if that's what you're
Are
asking.
there any stalag people?
No.
Okay.
Are there a shit ton of candles around?
Yes.
Alright.
I couldn't be bothered to delete all of them, so we're in 40k now.
Okay. The two Gizmo and Cal's are gonna go up to the computer and just poke around.
Please roll investigation solo. Or I should say like one each.
Ascend.
Oh, Gizzy and Kalos? Okay.
Yeah, two separate consoles.
I'll go ahead and
Unless you want to hot chair each other.
Sit on his lap.
Yeah.
I mean, at this point...
My son Gizmo.
5 and a 9. Okay, that 9 for Gizzy. 9 for Gizmo is 21. 5 for Kalos is 23.
Sure. So, one console that you guys are attending to involves a summary of the... It's called a HAS system, as in the habitat of each particular cell. You know, the various wings that you guys have gone through to see if is power going through. Are the systems optimal? Are there any fucking people murdering the denizens? Some of them are not able to respond because you killed them. So, But yeah,
Are
that one
there-
is just diagnostics for various locations on the ship.
Are there any
Like to think someone's
warnings?
still trying to call the doctor.
There is a large warning symbol coming from the Green Grandfather's room. It is trying to get a status update on the HAB in relation to air filter quality, whether or not the creature itself is currently contained in a proper system, and diagnostics on the tubes that go out starting from the Green Grandfather's chamber to see if they're operational or not. It is just asking for an update,
It's all
essentially.
totally fine.
Can whoever saw that, can he override it to say that all good, nothing to worry about over here?
In that
change the warning to a positive.
No, in
He's
that regard,
totally
this
not free.
no, in that regard, this one is just receiving the information. You need to go back to the Green Grandfather's room to say, yeah, hey, we're okay.
Gotcha. I let everyone know about that.
So that one was the one that Kalos was looking at. The one that Gizmo was looking at, as soon as you turn your head to see what he's doing, Gizmo's face has gone pale white. Beads of sweat begin to trickle from his brow, and his... No, shut up. And his fingers tremble on the keyboard. I'm gonna have to take it from here, Henry. Sorry, you can't do the voice right now.
Of course.
Leave like their porn folder open.
Oh no!
Extra hentai.
This shit freaky.
Gizmo has realized he's left his folder open this whole time.
Oh no!
Everyone knows I'm a freak now.
Oh
fuck.
no!
Oh, hey, Greg's in the chat. He says mesothelioma and blue. Oh, I don't have a timestamp on when he was referring to that, but
We need context for these.
Is that RFK? What the hell?
any case, Gizmo time.
Oh no!
All right.
Do the, do the thing.
Okay. Croissant.
I'm so glad I'm used to this. I was drinking water and I was gonna spit it out, but
Henry's gonna fucking take his PC out with one swoop.
Gee, fellas. There's something bad on this terminal. Would you care to look at him, or are you just gonna let him?
I'm gonna be like, "Yo, Gizmo, you alright there? You look more."
It's not looking good, fellas. I'm coming across a database of something. I kind of had my fingers in this pie, so to speak, back in my day when I was a bit taller. If you catch my drift. I didn't used to be this small, by the way.
I chose this height. I am the king.
I, for one, like to think that he was a midget squid.
Well, you can go ahead.
I bet he just fucking shoots Zeno. Look like you fucking what?
It's like a cat
You
that
fucking
shit.
what?
Excuse me,
Then
bitch?
Zen just thinks that, and he's just like,
After
he
all
can't-
this
he can't wrap his head
time.
around it.
We're all
Yeah,
genetically identical for the most part, so no, I wouldn't have been midget squid. So just go ahead and keep that to yourself, old man. Says the guy is probably older than you by several millennia.
Can people understand me now since the rest, or was that like a day ability?
It was rest of day, I think. But
mean,
it doesn't
you're in
it doesn't
the- you're in
prevent telekinetic.
Oh yeah,
So-
that's true. I can still telekinesis people.
Yes, but if you open your mouth, it goes into fucking Simlish or some shit.
I personally like I like Animal Crossing language better.
I do have a filter for
fucking-
that.
I got fucking Tom Nook on my back. Is that what I'm hearing?
Where's my Animal Crossing filter?
Oh, you've got one, haven't you?
Yeah, I do have it. It's called Island Visitor because it's legally distinct. If anyone cares to know a little bit of history, then you know our good pal Loki. You know, associate.
Our good
Uh,
friend.
Good.
Who's been pushing us along this path?
Yeah. Well, we used to do research and development together, inventing various gadgets and gizmos. Sorry,
Kill him. Get him
sorry, I
going.
couldn't help myself on that one. Probably not the best time for this, but we had a lot of prototypes that never really saw the light of day, and kind of not so much scrapped them, but just put it on the edge of other things that don't need to be immediately worked upon. It seems that I've found something in regards to something that I did set aside, but it looks like it got finished to completion. And that's in this case not a good thing. You know, we always came up with things, you know, like Kalos's mechanical friend made from the spirit of a dead cat, my giant dragon based off of the pre-existing life forms of the planet upon touchdown, you know, that sort of thing. We all have our muses. Mine was from this particular gadget was derived from a multi-handed warrior, or multi-armed warrior race of bipedal humanoids from a different planet.
Wait, Bob was just joking about the multi-arm, multi-legged thing, wasn't he?
Was he? I don't fucking know.
I'm fucking damn it.
Bob wins in the end.
Oh boy.
In either case, the prototype name was the Hand of God. And it seems it's been completed to completion.
Yay. What is
Hand
this
of-
Hand of God?
The Hand of Gronk?
The Hand of God is a four-armed, two-legged, humanoid-shaped creature derived from a different planet of warrior species, very highly sought after and enslaved promptly. They're not of the highest intellect, so we kind of got the upper hand back in the day. I'm saying we, I understand enslavement's bad, guys. I'm just putting this out there. Just make sure which, you know what side I'm on at the moment.
Is this something like your dragon thing?
Yeah, but like slightly smaller in scale, but not, you know, equally, if not more deadly.
How
so
many
are you
of
telling
them?
me the meatball has a flesh puppet?
No, it'll be mechanical. The device is derived from anatomy of a particularly high, I guess you would call it an alpha of the race, the most powerful warrior of all of their, you know, denizens.
Oh my god, he's Filipino.
Promptly enslaved and put into kind of like Kalos's robot cat. So there's a mentally enslaved robot cyborg.
I start looking around as he's talking.
Well, I can tell you it's not in this room because your head would be promptly removed from your torso. The brief history of this thing is that what is essentially the apex of evolution for that particular speech was promptly enslaved and taken apart, taking his brain and soul likeness into a construct. That's just what I'm reading from this, by the way. I did have a hand in some of this, so I guess I'm guilty and Loki before, you know, I might as well have someone else underneath the wagon with me if I'm gonna throw myself under there. But yeah, it's perfected. It's essentially the perfect warrior.
I love facing perfect beings.
Yeah. I mean, a little part of me is glad that it finally got finished, but at the same time, we're probably gonna be on the receiving end of it.
Okay.
Well, Laszlo like pipe up like, well, how do we beat it up?
So I do have, well, traditional means, I suppose, but the thing is, we don't just, well, I say we, but they, as in the people who finished the rest of it. I'd say that me and Loki probably took care of like 15% of this project before shelving it, and they took care of the other 85%. But that's semantics aside. I'm gonna go ahead and just say that this thing is, oh, sorry, someone's got boba tea for me. Give me a second.
Oh god. Boba's his order came onto the ship. The Wizmo comes.
Whisper.
Goes a little Boba tea. Oh geez, thanks fellas.
Oh, gee, thanks, man.
Sorry, I don't tip. Oh.
Yeah.
He doesn't tip.
No, I don't
That's
believe
it.
in tipping. I give Henry the money.
He doesn't tip. He gives me gas money. That's what he does.
So he's technically still tipping, but you know, semantics. Oh, I choked on a boba ball and I can't play D&D anymore.
Oh, my throat hurts.
Oh, Jesus.
As I can't play. Oh.
Oh, Jesus. There you go. There we go. We're in.
Oh.
We're in.
Yeah, sorry. I got also got a check from the state.
I got a chip.
Fuck yeah.
How much?
How much money did you get?
Oh, can I open it first? Jesus.
Give me the money.
I thought they said it so there was direct deposit, but I guess
Hand it over.
Oh, it's
Greek
not
lady.
check,
Is this the Greek lady saga? Is this that
oh,
thing?
we gotta do. Oh, that's right. Taxes is the thing we have to do.
The taxes.
I already got
What
my
is it?
tax return already.
What
but
is
this,
the
I don't know if this
IRS?
is
I
that
got
might
I
have
don't
been
know it.
might have been the federal one that I just got. I didn't check.
I never heard of the IRS before.
Space IRS.
I might be crazy enough to
Jesus.
take on Batman, but the IRS.
I gotta
No,
pay
no,
my-
no.
I'm paying my taxes right away. Jesus. They're taking how much money? Oh, jeez.
My goons cost how much to insure?
The goon copter fell in the river? Oh, Jesus.
My New York State Department of Tax and Finance is giving me $200.
That's at least a flight to see Gronk.
What the fuck?
No, it's not. It's way,
That's
way more than that.
That's a lot more than. Sorry, well, it's a lot less than it should be because it's a domestic flight, isn't it? Kind of.
Flight to Gronk was. That's
I mean,
about
it'll be a domestic flight.
Hell yeah!
Essentially, according to certain people.
Ooh.
Gronk.
Gronk.
Everyone get on a road trip to see
We're gonna
Gronk.
storm.
We're
Dude,
visiting the 51st state.
Brian threatened that once, and Gronk got so stressed out. He's like, "I'm not even that far away, Gronk. I could just appear." And he's like, he yawned, and then he had to leave.
All right, let me get back. Let me just suck some up these tapioca balls. Give me a
Oh,
sec.
these tapioca's in my throat.
I love balls in my throat.
What flavor did you get?
Matcha.
What
No.
size, what flavor balls did you get?
Decent choice.
These flavored balls.
Is there like a wrong answer to that?
Delicious.
No, there's no wrong answer what flavor boba you got.
Either mango, obviously, matcha,
Gotta represent.
or taro.
Wait, why mango?
Those are always good choices. I
'Cause he's
also like
from
the
the Philippines,
The
dude.
coffee milk ones are always good.
Mangoes is like the food of the Philippines.
Are they? Wait, really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's their #1 export.
I didn't know that. Huh.
You typically dried.
And they're better than those other mangoes you can get.
With the
mangoes.
champagne, there's like champagne mangoes. There's other ones, but anyways, let's not go too deep into mangoes because I could do this all. No,
I love a mango.
You're the one that gave me a mango item.
you asked for it.
You.
All right. Anyways. All right, so let's get back into Gizmo, fellas, and by that I just mean me. So in any case, you were asking about, how to bop this thing. So for all intents and purposes, let me just scare you a little bit more. So, the creatures are known as the perfect warriors because the weapons and their skill sets, they can't miss.
Ever?
Never.
What if I? Okay.
Never.
What if I was literally like invisible?
What part of never miss do you not understand?
What if I did not have a physical form?
I mean, if you want to get that deep into it, I suppose, but at the same time, then you couldn't hurt it then.
These guys didn't use them to gamble on the lottery. Are you kidding me? They never miss.
Yeah, they literally never miss.
Well, what numbers are going to be the lottery numbers?
I
You got-
don't know what you're talking about, Laszlo, but let me just continue scaring you some more. Greg asks, but can they turn into monkey? No, they can't.
Ooh, not very
so
alpha, are they?
Not very perfect then.
Yeah,
In either
suboptimal,
case,
I would have to say.
the particular blades that they are using, the ones that this perfect warrior will be using, is derived from a material that only existed on their home planet, which we excavated to full capacity, and there's not very much of it, to say the least, and we decided to turn them into swords.
Huh?
Me too.
As you do.
Yeah, well,
Wouldn't
I
it be
mean,
much more cost efficient to make them into spheres. A lot less material.
yes, but the techniques that the warriors used would not carry over into spears. They're very culturally diverse, but realistically, the best weapons are swords for them. I don't have a good explanation for that, to be honest. I kind of was just in charge of making robots, as you can probably tell. Yeah, by the robots that I've made. Any
Hey, man.
case,
Robots are pretty cool.
well, exactly,
I
Yeah.
miss
but
mine.
rather than that, they so I would thankfully they do have some of the schematics on this, so I could essentially dissect it from a robot anatomical standpoint. So if you gentlemen want to just give me a few minutes to read this through, I can certainly hope to find if there's any sort of weakness. But it's going to take me a minute because these are, while they're not decrypted, they are a little bit different than the way I usually format my robotic blueprints. Some of these guys couldn't code to save their lives, especially when me and Loki flew the coop. So let's go ahead and just peruse this, if you don't mind. I think I'll need at least like 3 to 5 minutes while I drink this boba tea.
All right.
How did he get that boba? How did he get that boba?
Wait.
Prick.
Someone left it on their console.
My tapioca balls.
To be clear, I just want to make sure it's not in the room with us.
No, it's not in the room with us. It does need to well, I'm getting to it, but I'm just going to confirm a couple of things in regards to the power supply. It does need a fuel source of some kind. It's not a self-sustaining thing. But please, just give me at least like 3 minutes, boba tea.
DM, I'm gonna tap my
Yoka.
cool,
Jesus.
my
Sorry.
cool monocle and cast True Set on myself to see any weirdness going on.
Sure. So you take a look around. Please make a perception, visual based.
Visual.
Sorry, Dr. Bananas isn't here to slap your ass today.
Damn it! I miss my ass getting slapped.
If Greg can roll a d4 and type the result into the chat
Greg,
fast enough.
Greg, I know you're there. Roll that D4 for me.
He
Come on
like
now.
Summon him praying.
Can
Greg, I
any-
know you're out there.
Can any of the
Greg, I know you hear me, you fool.
He's gonna be in the chat.
Can any of the clan leaders, since Gizmo is busy, like recall a situation where it's like they would abandon the command center like this, like even in their time, if not, if they can't, they had to take a stab at it.
Realistically, no, they don't have any situations in the past where they were threatened this much that they would need to vacate the command. No one has had the chutzpah to lead an alpha strike onto the Agonia. Last time it was destroyed, it was from the inside out, so for reference.
I got a 3. See, I summoned his ass. 23, baby. Jeez.
Make sure everyone thanks Greg when he gets back. You look around, and while there are no Yan Min, you do see these tiny little Roomba-sized creatures on the floor, scuttling to and from. They resemble, it kind of looks like a horseshoe crab with little antennas going down where would a dorsal fin be. They have these long, thin wires that come out from their rear ends, and they seem to be interfacing with some of the consoles. Not in the way that you do with a keyboard and mouse, but they physically go up to the actual computer itself, wrapping their tiny little legs around it, and then, for lack of a better word, jacking into the system. That is, not the other kind, but like in...
You just hear like swordfish being uttered, like.
No, I was gonna say more like
voices.
Mega Man Battle Network, because they say jack in whenever they go in to the network. In modern context, that particular phrase has been ruined, so I'm gonna go ahead and just say they're jacking in to the consoles, and kind of just looks like they're doing, I guess the equivalent would be defragging.
Oh, we're on a fucking Bitcoin farm.
Just gonna say, hey, did you guys ever have weird bugs going around in computers?
Not that I recall.
Kind of look like horseshoe crabs.
What the hell are you talking about?
You can't see them yourself, but
Oh, well, I
they're
mean,
jacking into the system.
I see. Well, I'm not entirely sure why they'd be doing that, but if you could just keep an eye out for them. Worst case scenario, they sense our presence and maybe want to try and lock us out. All these computers are not decrypted and there's no password on them because why would they need it? But if there's some sort of security system, we might need to keep an eye out for them. I would say don't let them crawl up your pant leg either.
Would you say for the distinction of gameplay, if they become relevant, hypothetically, are these things considered creatures for gameplay purposes?
Technically, yes, but they're not
Are you
animal.
able to see them, or is this only a
This is Kalos because he has his true sight monocle. But as you look around Kalos, they seem to they go to one computer, they hook up to it for like a few seconds to a minute, and then they get off. You can see that every time they do, though, they leave behind one of their little wires. They come in bundles, and there's at least like 2 to 3 dozen. It makes like a pseudo tail, but they like snip off and leave behind wires behind. The wires themselves are also invisible to the naked eye, but you can see now that all of the computers have like a bunch of these things connecting each other. If it was a like literal interwebs, this is the closest thing that it would be.
Okay. That's cool.
All right, gentlemen, I have found all the data that I can reasonably suss out from this computer. Is everyone ready for my report?
Sure. I mean, as well ever
Great. Now, please listen up, and I will cut out most of the technical jargon as to keep your brains from frizzing. In any case, hold on, I'm kind of losing the voice for a second. Hold on.
You know the tapioca bull.
Yeah, no. Actually, if anything, the tapioca is making me lose it.
It's taking my power.
Ah, jeez. I can't help but notice that there's a couple of things that are on this perfect warrior that I suppose you could consider flaws. Hence, I guess imperfect warrior in this case.
Imperfect.
Dude, he's like a little Anglo Gabogan. Let me destroy your art gallery. It's
Bullshit.
imperfect.
Bullshit. Derivative.
It's just a tapioca maker.
It actually might have something to do with those little horseshoe crab fellas, or maybe something derived thereof. The creature itself is powered, not like we are. Oh, I say we, like, we eat food and we use our stomach, like we eat.
Us humans.
I eat now.
Us humans.
I never said I was a human, but it's semantics aside, fellas. I'm gonna go ahead and just assume you know what kind of thing I'm talking about. But the creature itself is a robot, a cyborg to be specific, because it does have organic components to it. The brain, of that alpha warrior from that planet that is designated as nothing more than just an empty shell of a planet at this point. But anyways, sorry, I'm going off on a little tangent here, fellas. It doesn't eat traditionally, but it's powered via these little invisible wires. I suppose that's what Kalos is seeing right now. They'll probably be bigger in scale so that it can transmit more power, and realistically speaking, no, it's not going to just be a situation of just lopping off the wires. It does have an internal battery that lets it fight for at least an hour with no external input of extra power source. So that could help certainly if we goes into a war of attrition, but by that time the perfect warrior will have turned all of you into mincemeat. Sorry, I don't mean to get so negative. In any case, so that is powered like that. However, it does have a few things that I suppose you could call a weakness that was not present in its organic form, but in its cyborg form could be exploited. So it does use what is essentially electricity. If those of you familiar with lightning storms and the like, you can power things with that source of electricity. And what's going to happen is the creature itself, depending on its orientation, is going to want to constantly supply itself with that to make sure that it's topped up at all given times. Now, that can actually be something that can go into overdrive. Think about it like a cup spilleth over, you know what I mean? Too much meat in the cup, sure, you could drink it all, but if it goes over the rate at which you could gulp it down, then it starts flowing over the edges. So what is essentially need to do is you need to override its system with more electricity. The problem is having enough to actually do so. You could certainly use something like lightning spells, but that is going to be a temporary measure. From what I can tell, the rooms that it's currently equipped to deal with includes the bridge and also in the Master Brain's room. So if it's here or there, we should have a capacity to actually make use of that. You see those big glowing tubes behind you with the blue thingamajiggy? For all intents and purposes, that is liquid lightning. Plasma. Shorthand.
Plasma.
Yes. Don't drink it. Don't drink it before you ask, please. Don't drink it.
Do we just throw it at them?
Well, I mean, in shorthand, yes, but I think it's going to be a little bit more poetic if we can not just start smashing tubes. I'm not trying to say that we need to go through so with such finesse, but I mean, there might be a more eloquent way to do it in such a way that, you know, it's... let's say you go over and smash the tube, it's got to go somewhere, and you're probably going to be the closest friend to it. In any case, yeah, you're going to hurt yourself.
So we want to cut off the flow, or we want to do...
No, I think you should actually... this is going to be a tough one, fellas, because when you override its system with too much power, obviously it's going to be running at full capacity, and it's going to want to try to discharge that power as quickly as possible to regulate its systems. So it will go into super kill mode. Sorry, that doesn't seem like it's a good thing. But it will be what's the bright side? Oh.
What is the technical explanation of super kill mode? What should we...
Well, you ever see like a water turbine when there's a flood? It spins really fast. If you can translate that into its swinging blades, then it's going to swing faster. But the good side is that once it goes into this, it'll essentially need to go into a cool-down state. Even when it does vent most of its electricity, it's going to need to go into some sort of failed state mode so that it doesn't overheat, causing the component parts... actually, no, it's not even the component parts of the mechanical thing. It's actually a safety precaution so that it doesn't generate too much heat, which would cook the only organic component, which is the brain. So I'm hoping that makes sense. Everyone on beige? Was that too...
Hit it when it's cooling down.
Cook the brain.
Well, essentially, yeah, we're going to want to have to hold out while it's in overcharge mode, and it's going to force itself into a cooldown state, at which point it's going to be extremely vulnerable, because it's trying to not overheat the brain on the inside. Now, it does have a preliminary system of ventilating the brain on its own, and there are other ways of cooling it down, such as a coolant in a liquid form, which will also be present in the room, so just please keep that in mind. It's not the blue liquid, that one's the liquid plasma. That one's going to give it power. If anything, the other coolant is going to be kind of like that other fight we had with Her Majesty. Blue is one thing, the other one's red.
Wow.
So, Yeah, keep that in mind, fellas.
What? So red's good?
Red is the coolant, which is actually probably bad for you because then it means it'll get out of its cooldown state faster.
So we have
So,
to give it on blue, or whatever that plasma color is.
which is plasma's blue, yeah. So I suppose. Oh, and also it does have this one particular mode when it goes into overdrive. It's actually going to be specifically there's a big red laser on its head. And it's going to point at one person and just go into I'm going to kill that one guy in particular mode. So if you could lead it into maybe a plasma coil, plasma tube, and maybe it'll break some shit on the way and overcharge itself, and then we can hit it. Sound good?
You can't hit it like when it's not in that mode.
Well, the thing, it's going to be much easier to hit when it's in cooldown state. It's going to physically stop moving. They're perfect warriors. They're not just all offense. They have an uncompromising defense. They can slash arrows out of the sky. If you shoot them with arrows, they can deflect blows by either hitting you in the face before you can hit it. It's an uncompromising defense.
Okay, so Laszlo was going to say, save resources until it's in this mode. That's probably best, by the sounds of it.
Question.
Okay.
How many of these guys are there?
Well, they only had enough resources to make 4 blades.
And they've got multiple arms.
Well, they have 4.
They got 4 arms.
Ideally, just one of these.
So there's one of them.
There's one. Okay.
From what I'm reading, they only had enough resources. Again, one of the main things is the brain. They couldn't exactly replicate that in a very easy scenario. You could do so, but it would be, literally not the peak of evolution for that particular race. Apparently, it was like their head king chieftain guy or something. Oh, they also gave him.
The brain cells.
Yeah, they also gave him a bunch of serums, kind of like how the monkeys on your planet did. So
You
he
mean
is.
How you did your.
Yeah, it was me and the rest of them back in the day. I guess, yeah, I'm at guilt for that,
Are
but
there any particular serums you recognize, Gizmo?
realistically, they were just for like enhanced strength and speed kind of thing.
Okay.
They didn't give them any higher intellect because, honestly, they would be too strong.
Guys, we created a really smart, unstoppable, never missing killing machine.
Apparently, it doesn't like being a slave.
It's got no weaknesses.
Oh no, this is really bad.
So yeah, that's more or less everything I have on this. It is completely impervious to mundane weapons. I'll just throw that out there, but I'm assuming none of you guys are gonna try and hit him with a stick.
Oh wait, you got that 10-foot pole, right?
Get magic stick.
Finally, eat this laxative, dude.
Well, someone just go ahead and tell Zip when he gets back that the rocks that he throws are considered mundane. So, just putting out there. Greg.
Hey,
I'm sure he'll watch
Henry
the
has
whole
already
stream.
summoned Greg once. We can't summon him a second time. We don't know what will happen.
Yeah, you gotta collect the Dragon Balls again.
Ask me this one question. Slap my
I
hands.
do also see something that I want to just get. It's gonna take me another couple of things, but if we are in command wing, so if we could just go ahead and try to find C-57, that would be great, fellas.
I checked the terminal next to me and see if I can figure out if it's C-57 or not.
Investigate, please.
I'm not very good at those, but I will give it the college try.
Might it be the big curtain one over there?
2.
You're not sure.
Maybe people that know the language. Is it just say on the computers? Like, does
Yeah,
Zelek see like?
It does. Yeah.
I slowly move away.
I sort of like move Thordless's hand as Zelek to be like, maybe over there. It's like
Everything around here is 1 through 10.
1 through 10.
I walk down this way.
If Gizmo's got everything he can get off of that terminal, I say we start moving up as a group.
Yeah, by all means, fellas. I think that's everything that's on this particular terminal. I'm okay with going up. Also, as anyone said, someone did point out the giant orb in the that's 57. That one I know for sure because this was back in my day. Douglas, what are you doing down there?
I'm looking at the terminals. Are there any like personal affects that people left behind?
Make
I mean, they
a
are a hive mind. I get that, but still.
make another investigation check.
All right.
This one you're just rummaging around for staplers and
Me Funko Pop.
no. Ugh.
I'm gonna-
Oh,
That
would
would
be
be
we're
the
moving
ultimate
up in the
karmic.
world.
Like,
Get him out of the way now, Andrew. you're
Three
gonna
instead of 2.
you're gonna be getting up to 20 before you know it.
Sorry, what was the total?
3.
wait, guys. Does foresight include what's it called?
Oh yeah, do you
Skill
yeah?
check- skill
5e
checks?
foresight.
Or is it just saving throws? And
Let me
attacks?
look. You have what is it? For the willing creature, for the duration, the target cannot be surprised, has advantage on attack rolls, ability checks, and saving throws. Additionally, other creatures have disadvantage on attack rolls against the target.
So basically
Alright,
everything.
try again.
Watch your rolls. Hey.
Hey!
Alright, hold that thought though, because I have to go throw my stuff in the dryer.
Bubble tea. Tea break. Does anyone else want to do anything while he's doing laundry?
I want to. Zalek's gonna prod Gizmo to go look at the big cube, the big dome.
You don't gotta prod, fellas. I was already walking there.
No, not like like a. Yeah.
Dirty
Look
bitch.
at. Come on.
You quit touching
For
me.
those of us who are less literarily inclined, do any of these does any of these monitors have images on them rather than
Sexy
just
women.
rather than just, words that we? For the
Well,
illiterate of us?
for things like the blueprints that Gizmo was looking at, they do have, icons. It kind of looked like, in the instance of the Perfect Warrior, it was kind of like the Vitruvian Man. He was like T-posing with his arms out. His
just got an extra set of arms, like.
extra set of arms. His head is more angular. Think, big-headed green alien.
Is it a little bit like General Grievous?
Honestly,
sort
yeah.
of- yeah.
It is actually, now that I think about it, I didn't put that two and two together when I was creating this thing, but it is basically
Because
just...
I think he was actually a chieftain of a planet as well.
Honestly, I don't...
Softies the situation.
Conley, I actually don't even
Hello.
care much for Star Wars, so that is not...
That guy is
me.
fucking cool. So you've done a cool
Sure.
thing. Like,
Henry...
I don't even know Jar Jar
What
Binks,
is a
okay?
Space Wars, alright?
Misa, so gonna kill you.
Also, like, I mean, would you believe
It's a
me if I
murder.
told you I've only seen the prequels?
Speaking of General
Yeah,
Grievous,
I remember that.
does that raspy breathing does it get louder as we move up? Do we
Yes.
have a... Okay.
Oh, I love breathing, he says under his
Does
breath.
the acoustics of this room allow us to like maybe pick a more specific direction, or is it just getting louder?
It is getting louder, but again, like, the acoustics of this place, everything's bouncing off the fucking walls. Kind of like how if you fart in the one corner of a church, you can hear it from anywhere. Don't ask me how I know that.
I didn't go to a church recently or anything.
I mean, the example I go to is that one corner in Grand Central where it's like, yep, the acoustics. If you whisper in this corner, it
You can say
travels-
fuck you to someone the other side.
Mhm.
Fuck you. On the Vitruvian Man imagery, is there like a very clear location of where his ventilation for cooling the brain down is on his head?
Back of the noggin.
Back of the noggin? Okay. Like, I imagine, like, destroy that so he can't cool down as well. Fucking get rid of the coolant. Just heat this guy up. Pretty much.
Henry, is someone using a saw?
They're taking his legs. Henry, no!
Oh,
Henry!
No, it's
Ah,
my
oh.
fucking heater.
Oh.
My landlord, it's yeah. It's
Sounds
the
like-
hissing noise from the radiator.
oh, okay. Kind of sounds like someone's like either
I can't
like
believe it's so
songs.
fucking loud.
They're
Jesus.
taking you out, dude. They're
Hold
taking
on.
Henry out. They burned my legs. They took my legs. SpongeBob.
All right, I'm gonna have Gizmo go to C57.
You have to cut my legs off. I can't. I already cut off my arms.
My arm.
I love that episode so much. What are you doing in that box? Playing Squidward.
Alright, do you guys still hear it?
When you speak.
Occasionally, yeah.
Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah, it's not picking it up. It's not picking up idly, but just yeah.
Sounds like there's a gigantic Roomba in your room slowly approaching. Like,
It's like this. Yeah, it's fucking annoying. Old ass fucking house.
All right, fellas, this is C57. I'm just gonna go ahead and see if I can't crack open the old crack open the book. You know what I mean? It's the same terminal from when I was here. Everything's still the same, more or less.
Did you leave any writing?
Did I leave any writing? I mean, like,
any little
technically,
graffiti, like,
Did you like?
well, like a funny sticky note.
Yeah, like
No,
Don't
I
you
was,
read my
this,
homework
you're gay?
file.
Carlos, I was part of a hive mind.
So they all found it funny.
Fuck.
They all found it funny.
So-
if you're reading this, you love hentai.
Am I able to be this high
The
up in the room?
second he sticks it on, the whole ship just laughs. It's like, ha
Oh,
ha.
that was great. Good one.
You're at the limit.
With the limit. Okay.
yeah. All right, so let me just go ahead and see what this is. I don't suppose anyone wants to. Actually, never mind. We're not here to do some sightseeing tour. There's a lot of information on this. It's quite interesting from my perspective. You know, it's still stuff that I was a part of in a different lifetime, so to speak, and it's kind of alien to you guys. If you want to see what your ancestors looked like, they were basically monkeys.
Head in the game, Gizmo. Come on.
Yeah, I know. I'm just speaking aloud. Don't worry. I can
I love
multitask.
monkeys. I love monkeys. Like monkeys is next to the next man. But, you
Are
know.
these terminals over here actual things?
Hold on. Where the heck are you?
Right next to Casey.
Yes, but realistically speaking, this is C57. Every adjacent one is 58, 59, and 60.
Yeah.
The reason why they're all like this is just because, you know, I'm not going to get into the semantics of storage on this thing. It's kind of weird and inefficient. It kind of needed to be redone, but realistically speaking, if you're a giant hive mind, you don't need
They
to...
need to come up with some kind of, like, I guess you could say it's like a cloud type storage.
Oh,
Yeah,
these
kind of
guys
like
don't even have
rain.
6G. What the fuck?
Well, you know, the 6G is in our head because it's a hive mind, but, you know, that's, again, semantics, fellas. Anyway, sorry, I was looking for something very important. It has to do with the master brain. Oh, hey, dude, you were looking for some shit on this guy's desk.
Poking around.
Alright, so unfortunately, you don't find, like, a little squeezy toy or, like, a fidget spinner or anything, so, nerds to that. Sorry.
Wait, say that one more time?
There's no fidget spinner on the desk.
No, okay.
It's not worth it, guys. Go home. We gotta go.
We're leaving out of here.
Fuck you.
Alright, so there's nothing there.
Realistically, no. Unless you actually want to interface with a terminal, you're not going to find Jack Diddley. I find a lot of skulls here, though. I couldn't delete them.
I love 40k. You can't look at it in the walls.
There's
They're in
so
the
fucking
pillars.
many. Well, those ones I would leave because it
They're
looks
in the
cool.
goddamn walls.
But the ones that are just like everywhere,
Mm.
can't even put a fucking coffee mug down because there's so many fucking skulls. That being said, servitors don't drink coffee. In any case, alright, fellas, I'm gonna be trying to look up something in regards to the Master Brain's defense matrix. That's specifically what I'm looking for, so if you don't mind giving me another minute or two. Well, I'm gonna be thinking aloud, so if you hear me murmuring to myself, it is relevant information, but it's just something that I like to do. In any case, oh, I found it!
Oh. Okay.
That was quick. I remember all my old shortcuts. So, the defense matrix, we already got rid of the main layer that would really fuck us over with Her Majesty. So,
While we're talking, I just want to keep my head on a swivel because it's awfully quiet in here.
yeah, just watch your step, because there's a lot of wires and loose bullshit, and Kalos said there's these invisible hermit crabs, or whatever he said.
Oh, look, they're right there. Oh, wait, oh, you just killed one.
Oh, well, I mean, I'm sure they're more resilient, and I don't really weigh much. Unless you were being sarcastic.
I am being sarcastic, busy.
I don't know if it's now the right time to be pulling so many jokes, especially coming from the guy who just made 2 puns, but I'm gonna go ahead and excuse myself from that one, because they were bangers. In any case, I did find the defense matrix, fellas, so it's like an onion, you might say. There's many layers. The outmost layer was derived and sourced from Her Majesty, so we don't need to worry about that. There is a big warning symbol on this that says it's currently offline. I don't think it's gonna come back anytime soon, if you know what I mean. The next one is not really that crazy, but it is going to be a deterrent for our Master Summerwatch friend over there. It is effectively, for all intents and purposes, a giant shield spell
Matt, you got nerfed.
by my own
Master
creation.
of Arcana has got other spells. It's fine. Like,
Master of Arcana got nerfed.
sorry, I put all my points just into Magic Missile.
You laugh, but
I
I
have to
did do
use
so
Scorch,
much
mate.
damage, he says. I'm not on the voice right now. But in any case,
did,
but
yeah.
but it is effectively just like a giant anti-magic barrier. Now, I say it's like the shield spell, but it also does deflect targeted spells. So if you try to do like Firebolt, I will also say Disintegrate is targeted, so it will not just dissipate it, it will deflect it into nearest unfortunate chum. So please be aware of that. It is referred to as Defense Matrix Gamma. We're using Greek alphabets here, fellas.
Is it persistent, or is it something we can
Mm.
work around?
It is actually a reactive system that coincides with Defense Matrix Omega, which is essentially, if that's the magic version of it, Defense Matrix Omega is the physical version, so I don't think I need to tell you what physical means. So, it's on a reactive system, so if you hit it with one thing, it'll switch to the other, so alternate fire, gentlemen, magic, physical, it'll switch to the other. Defense Matrix as a result of a reactive system. It's not controlled by the master brain, it's controlled by an automated system, so don't worry about it being overwritten so that the master brain can be like, okay, well, all of you magic fuckers are about to hit me, so let me just go ahead and chill. I don't know if I would phrase it like that from the master brain. I don't think he talks like that.
Do we know?
Ew, guys.
Is that system per attack or per turn?
Per attack. Highly inconvenient for multi-attack systems, I understand. Sorry, monks. Not sorry.
So basically, we got to go martial.
So you're actually
mage,
saying
martial
an Eldritch
mage.
Knight is the best character in the situation?
I don't know what that means, but yeah, probably. But if we can alternate that kind of thing, then we'll be a shoo-in to beat up this thing. Now just remember that these are actually just layers around the master brain itself. As you can probably imagine, an organism like this actually isn't that tough. I don't know if you ever poked a living organism's brain while it was still alive, but it fucks with them. So, the main key...
Actually, haven't we?
I don't-
gotten
No,
into
through
the
our
skull?
skulls we have.
I don't know.
Dauntless has had his skull poked at least twice.
Oh! Well, that's time for another thing, but in any case, what's going to happen is we just need to penetrate the defense matrix, essentially just doing enough damage so that it breaks, and then we'll break both of them, and then the brain will be exposed to anything we do. It's kind of just a brain floating in a pool of liquid. Don't touch the liquid, it is highly acidic. But you can still just hit the giant brain. And it's gonna just take damage.
So we have to essentially go through thresholds of damage for Gamma and Omega.
That's correct.
Alternate them enough till they both break.
Yeah,
So
one will break
basically-
before the other,
So
obviously.
then you just focus in on the casting or the melee.
So we should attack the shield spell with physical attacks, and then when it goes to the physical shield, then we.
That's exactly what
Yeah.
I'm saying, gentlemen. So,
Do they have a color? Are they color coordinated, or is there like declared denotations so that we know as players? What?
I'll color I must.
Hey now, you had a mad respect
gonna
for
ass-
you.
I mean-
You held back. It was good.
I'll go ahead and it'll be a fuck. It'll be a
Color code you in a minute.
no, it'll be a persistent AOE bubble.
Okay.
And I'll just change the colors.
Sure.
But in
Is
any
Gamma
case,
green.
if it makes everyone's life better, gamma green, omega orange.
Ooh.
That's a good flavor of gamer subs, I think, or some shit. I don't drink that.
I've never had a game.
I've never had a gamer sub.
It's just basically fucking Kool-Aid for like hair.
Kool-Aid with caffeine in it, I think.
Oh yeah.
Pretty sure Gronk has like a wife who wants.
Yeah, because he's. Oh, come on. Nothing. Not saying anything. Not saying anything.
Hold your tongue, worm.
Oh, I
Grunks.
gotta delete a fucking bot now. Thanks.
Drunk bot.
As soon as I say gamer subs.
Cheap viewers on this website.
Dan, don't read that out loud.
Get the hell out of here, you little creep.
Let's sell. a
Fuck
drink
you,
to
you're gonna
people who
be
don't
going to the gay
exercise,
place
Something that'll increase
forever.
your chances of getting a heart attack.
The pee pee poo poo.
Alright, I got him out of there with that angry Don voice.
That was me deleting it.
We love Tesla, we love it.
Tesla.
And you're gonna be
Did you
putting
hear?
in
Did
them...
you hear him say Tesla?
Oh, fucking hell. Yeah, listen, for another time. It's for another time. That's hilarious, man.
Let's roast the United States.
We love
president
Tesla,
later.
we love it so much.
You can take it.
I can't even drive a vehicle anymore.
Well, it's illegal.
I spilt my Moby tea on my peanuts. Alright, I've got out of my system.
All right, so that's what I was looking for on the defense matrix, fellas. Realistically speaking, that's going to be the main thing we have to worry about. Now, I'm not saying that that's going to be the literally only thing to worry about. It's the Master Brain's chamber. There's going to be Yan Min in there. I can heckin' guarantee it right now.
There will be. That's probably where all the fuckers in here have gone. They've already gone in there.
Yeah, so just gird your loins, I suppose, and your brains, because it's not going to be just the Master Brain and the Perfect Warrior, which honestly sounds like an awful thing to be there in the first place, but a couple extra squids trying to jump down your jowls is not going to be something that I would want to have to worry about. What?
Does this brain gentleman have any offensive capabilities as opposed to just these defensive matrix layers?
What? Yeah, why do you think we have those... Well, what you have those Bidens?
Aside from the Bidens.
Yeah, it's persistent psychic blasts by just thinking.
Oh, okay. So that's his main thing.
I usually it's his main thing. It's kind of his only thing. He's a floating brain.
I'm a brain.
Technically, everything on the ship is an extension of him, so.
Sure. Yeah.
That
It's a pretty
being
big
said,
deal.
though, if you kill the Master Brain, all of the Yan Min connected to him will have a fucking aneurysm. Sorry, I swore.
Hey, so what's gonna happen to the Yan Men that are
On the Earth?
on the yeah?
Are you talking our friendly to neutral ones, or the ones that are still?
Well,
The
yes.
defectors, honestly, I don't have a straight answer for you guys. On a very slim layer, we're still connected to the Master Brain to some capacity. It's just a very weak signal. He like issues towards the rest of the Yanmin defectors, and they all nod in unison.
Is there
So-
a chance that you're all gonna get knocked out, and we're gonna have to carry you?
I mean, let me throw out a couple hypotheticals here, fellas. Worst case scenario, our brains explode alongside the other Yanmin. In the worst case scenario,
Zelek's eyes go wide. What? I don't know that.
it would have happened anyways,
You're telling me this
regardless.
for the first time.
Regardless of the relative distance to the Master
Gizmo,
Brain,
what
this
the
would have
fuck?
happened anyways.
Yeah.
That's the worst case scenario.
I can't believe I signed up for this. What the
Best case
fuck?
scenario, somewhere in the middle. There's no effect on us whatsoever because we've been disconnected for so long. And we haven't been in proximity to it and have not been reincorporated into the system back in Medical Bay. So, best case scenario, we can walk out of here smelling fresh as a daisy. And there is, the in-between where we get a headache just as much as the currently associated Yanmin. But, what's going to be funny is when we get back to Somagri and many different civilizations leaders who are Yanmin are suddenly dead. There's going to be power vacuums everywhere. That's going to be crazy. Thankfully, the Dwarven Kingdom doesn't have too many Yanmin besides myself. Sorry, I'm thinking out loud again.
I'm taking Militosh.
I mean, realistically, if you wanted to walk into Hecafates, you would just have to make friends with the Great Conqueror guy. He's not... Well, he is a defector. Oh, wait, if he dies... power vacuums everywhere.
Yo, power vacuum. Hey, that's the time for the future. I don't give a shit.
Dominus seems like it's gonna be
All
an
I'm
interesting
saying-
place to live in.
Dominus is going to be absolutely Anarchy.
Oh, we don't know what's going on over there. I know there's a fight. There's gonna be a load of fucking goddamn
There's
people
a-
from the Feywild.
Not
There's
gonna
a
You
lot
know
go
what I'm
home.
saying? Heck of fate's gonna be a fucking war city.
I'm gonna fly. It's gonna be
I'm gonna
flat.
come back.
To be
It'll
nothing
be
left,
great.
Henry. It'll be
We'll come
flattened.
back, commit even more war crimes. Ah, it's gonna be great.
Whoops! I did another war crime. I brought the Green Grunt clear.
Well, I guess we'll have to deal with that when it comes to, and realistically speaking, it's gonna be a lot of paperwork.
Oh Jesus!
Not for me though. I don't have to deal with that. That's not my responsibility. Anyway, sorry, I'm going off on a ramble again. What was I
Who's
saying?
the Stormcrown fit into that? He's not associated with you guys, right?
Who? Oh no, he's just a guy. He's very strong. I'll give him that.
No headaches for him though.
No,
In the literal sense, at least.
no.
So that's
I
like
will-
a safe haven. We could just keep that. We could just stay there in our home.
Well, I mean, the
away from
Storm
home.
Crown himself, if you want to get the lowdown, is actually just you've already. He's just a dragon.
Other one.
Yeah, you say another one.
Yeah.
It's kind of their thing.
That's true. That's true.
Storm. He's probably a storm kind of dragon, right?
A
What
what?
kind is he?
Metallic. Sorry, I don't know the specifics. There are some things I don't dip my
the guy
nose
that made
into.
dragons
If we
didn't
all
know
make out of it,
specifics.
if we all make
Come
out
on,
of this, we'll ask
Gizzy.
Scott when we get back.
Listen, you,
Gameplay.
you can like, you know, if just
He's holding
maybe.
back. He's going on, mate.
Wait, remind me
Gizmo's
where
doing the
Scott-
after.
Where's
Sorry.
Scott in this whole thing?
Where's Scott?
Scott's
Yeah,
fighting. He's
Oh,
fighting.
right, he's waiting. Sorry, completely mind
He's
blank
fighting
on
for
where
his
the fuck he
life.
is
He's
right
fighting.
Yeah, no, him and Diviculus, your guys' best friend.
Kind of cool guy.
Yeah, they're doing the Feywild thing. We can ask them about it when we get back. Best case scenario again. But I mean that plan is sound. We haven't heard any ruckus. I'm checking the computer right now, and they're actually receiving multiple SOS reports.
Help! 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 They jumping me! They jumping me! Call your mom!
They got me off guard!
He's going.
Yeah, that's more or less what's happening
Zeus
down
like,
there.
oh shit! Oh!
Yeah, so
Let him get up. Let him get up. Though.
yeah, well, from the Agonia, they can't directly help. You know, that's why they're trying to make the portal in the first place. But there are many other supplemental things that they can do from the Agonia, from this particular plane of existence, of why they're beseeching for help, namely asking for other Yanmin to jump in and help out from the local area. I say that local area, but I mean the planet itself. That's local, in a cosmic sort of scale. Anyways, I'm losing the voice again.
Eat another bowl of tapioca. It'll heal you.
I'm gonna go ahead and just say that that's a decent amount that I can derive from this terminal. There's still a lot more, but I'd realistically say that it's not relevant in this present moment in time.
So we're just gonna take the elevator behind me to go up?
No, that's where we came in from.
No.
Behind
the one with
him.
the flags.
The one that looks like the ones we go up when we do the missile and Space Marines.
The
Sorry.
Space Marine elevator.
Oh well, that one. That's later.
Later on.
The only thing
Yeah,
you
is
gotta
that
look
like
remotely
is that a
at-
requires Gregory elevator?
Not necessarily, but there is also the heavy
Sure.
respiratory sound that is getting louder and louder.
But yeah,
We
completely
should go
forgot
check
about
out the
that.
chairs, the captain's chair.
Quit breathing funny, nerd.
Who's breathing funny? Who is it?
All right. Well, I'm just gonna go ahead and log off of this for now. We can check back again if you guys need anything. All right. Well, let's see where that noise is coming from.
Captain chair does look pretty important.
I'm sure it's nothing, Varus.
I'm sure it's nothing important by the captain's chair.
I started approaching the captain.
Yarg. I be squidding.
I like that I have to think my way up the stairs. Very cool.
Are you just
Okay.
doing normal life? Like you just fucking like, you gotta think to move,
Moving
dude.
each strand of muscle.
That's how you fall up a stair if you try to fucking think about walking up the stairs. That is like a recipe for that.
So I guess me and Kalos round each side of the chair, and we see
Let me go ahead and
By the way,
spawn.
I gingerly tow the handles out of the way, trying not to knock them over.
We didn't
Mhm.
miss anything big in the big glass ball because we didn't look up, right? It's just a big glass ball.
No, that is just a big glass ball.
Okay.
It's cool though.
I don't know. Maybe a hundred sessions later, maybe there was a paranoia in the back of our head. Who like, did we just not look up and not?
That's the
ever
first
ask
thing
if
I
they
said
could-
when I went in there. What's on the ceiling? It's like I'm scared, dude. I'm a scared lad.
Oh my god, it's a guy in the chair.
Yes, there is a guy in the chair. As you
Holy
approach,
shit.
I need you guys to visualize Mr. House
Ooh,
Okay.
from New Vegas.
it's a big green screen.
Big Greeks, yeah.
No, the actual guy.
Oh my god, he's telling me I have lupus.
The platinum chip, give it here. Is that what he says?
There
Korea.
There is a man sat upon the chair. Several tubes and wires emanate from random portions of his body, from behind his head to behind his elbows, coming out from his stomach and on his back. He is facing away from. He is facing forward, does not cock his head into either of your directions, and simply sits there breathing. Let me see if this filter is unintelligible. Hold on.
Please help me.
Testing. Hello.
Wait a minute, this seems familiar.
I was about to ask, does he look familiar to? I think Kalos has seen him.
No,
Or me?
the guy in
Have
the
I
cave.
seen him?
That guy in the cave that one time.
The guy in the
Okay.
cave?
Oh, the prophet.
Guy that had a
from
little golem
your
friend.
religion. For,
Oh, the
let me
guy in
see.
between death and life.
Yeah.
That guy. Please help me. I'm out of the water.
This guy is familiar to who was in that? That was Varys, Zen, and Kalos, was it?
Oh!
Was it Kalos?
When you
It's
guys
Agony,
were-
right? Isn't that his name?
Yes, this is
Not Scott.
it's the co-founder of the
Oh, the
University
guy that
of
tried to
Solheim.
recruit those guys.
Oh, yeah.
okay.
No, that was Laszlo and.
Yeah, that wasn't
Billy.
me. But
Laszlo, Billy, and Zen.
Negative Scott.
Oh right, Billy. Yes.
Negative
I, s-
Scott.
I
That's
saw
good.
him at the moon that one time.
Mhm.
Mhm.
I saw him on the moon that one
Saw
time.
him
It's
on
like
the
a
moon that one time.
great guy.
Yes, this is
Agadol.
his title is the emissary for all his previous thing, but this is Agadol Asarik.
I'm like a negative Scott. That's good.
Negative Scott. Wow.
Mega Scott.
The Negachin. The what?
Don't repeat that phrase.
Wrong.
Oh, what the fuck?
But he is a little bit more scrawny than the last time seen by the League collectively. He's got more machine parts than previously, which he
More
already had a lot.
machine now than man.
He has essentially been turned into a human CPU and is attached to this. It does not seem like he can locomote himself very easily without removing some of these pipes, cords, and was presumably keeping him on respiratory life support.
Jesus, that goes all.
In between gasps, you can see his eyes dart, but his body does not reorient. Looking left and right with his eyes, you can see that his mouth does not move, but he does have this little stoma thing on his throat that apparently has like a voice box on it.
He's got that kind of Stephen Hawking. Like...
Do you feel like I do?
Welcome to the bridge.
Hello.
Yes, quite far. What can this humble servant of the masters do for you? I am not exactly in a position to fight. Please speak freely.
What direction are you taking to the ship to? I'm assuming you're piloting it.
I know some things, but no, I am not the helmsman. That is still the master's guidance that propels us through the astral sea. I recognize your spirits. I've been contacting some of you in other forms. I suppose this is the most lowly form of mine that you have bore witness to. But worry not. Your actions have been observed by this one for quite some time. Your journey is beginning. And now, what will be the end? For better or for worse? For which party I'm assuming control of. Your actions and consequences will be felt for years to come. Good and bad. Do you regret any of them?
Fucking you.
Look at Dottie.
I don't know who this is.
You don't know who this is?
He's like one of the biggest bad
he's
guys.
he's the co-founder of the university, Scott Second. He's probably gonna be really disappointed that you're like this again. By the way, Agadal, good to see you again.
I've seen many faces in lifetimes, long beyond what my mortal years should have allowed. And I just need to make sure that whatever actions come to pass, you are aware of the new horizons. If you will lend me your ears for just a moment, will you do this old man a favor?
Sure.
Very well. Having observed your journey, I know it would be a waste of breath, as shallow as mine are, to try to coerce you onto the other side, joining with the master brain. It's not going to be something that you can easily pick up, and again would be a waste of time. I would like to, however, elucidate on the nature of this planet that we reside on. Not me personally, just you folk. I'm sure at this point you are keenly aware that your planet is nothing more than a primordial egg, housing one of the most destructive single organisms. Period. Are we all on the same page in regards to this creature. I refer to, of course, the embryo of Terra, colloquially called by scholars on the planet. Other names given to it by some of the folk over in Utash, of which you are also familiar with, because I'm pretty sure you fought them.
Yeah.
Well, as lowly as they are, they did have a purpose. Regardless of whether or not they get to fulfill that purpose is merely stemming the tide. A certain inevitability that comes with their task. The embryo of Terra will come to be in your lifetime or another. For those of you who are long-lived, maybe within your lifetime. Thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of years from now, the creature will hatch. The planet will be torn asunder. Nothing will remain. The destructive force of its birth is unlike any magic spell or super weapon created by the masters. So, will you fight the rising tide? Something so inevitable that even the rising sun is nothing more than a natural occurrence, just as much as his birth. He was sent to save a planet who was doomed from the start. I hate to be a doombringer, but this is one of the reasons why I left my mortal coil behind. I will allow this to sink in for a moment before I continue.
I would like to do an insight check because I forget if, like... Didn't we get told explicitly that this was not how this worked? That's why I would like to do an insight check.
Give me a dice roll. Do it now.
Add 6 to that.
At advantage.
Okay. So add advantage plus...
You have advantage on everything, Andrew.
Greg.
You summoned
Greg, slap him in the ass.
Plus 8. So plus 14, whatever this is, at advantage.
Wow.
34.
Let's see. Insight check on this guy reveals that...
He's full of baloney.
Not entirely, no. The embryo of Terra, which is obviously the giant superorganism that lives inside of your planet, is something that you obviously need to worry about. What you think is fishy, though, is that there's literally no way of stopping it.
Or, well, it's more specifically, I vaguely remember us being told that, like, what they're doing is waking it up.
Yeah, that it doesn't wake up naturally unless it detects some sort of danger.
I'm misremembering one of the lore dumps we got is that they want to wake it up because, like, the upheaval will just basically turn our planet into the resources they need to, like, basically continue building on this ship. Am I misremembering?
Well, I also like to remind you that this guy is like super brainwashed and has tubes in his head. So I'm just gonna put that out
I'm
there.
totally sound of mind. What do you mean?
Yeah, are you doubting me?
I am totally.
We also have.
This guy's got a mega head on. What's going on?
Defectors who are in on the original plan for the planet, so they would know for a fact.
So, the information
totally cool.
on your guys' side, you have information from like Zip's Druid Conclave, the guys who are on the ley line. They have a very fine, how you'd say,
Finger on the pulse.
dipstick.
Oh.
I'll call Zip that.
No, the dipstick in the sense.
little green idiot.
No, dipstick's used for fucking like checking your gas or your
Dipstick's
oil.
also zip apparently.
Jesus, I didn't say that. I didn't say it. Greg, that was Dan. Get him.
It was actually Alec prior to that, so.
Oh, but no,
you.
they have a good read, I should say. I could have said good read instead of using dipstick, but they have a really good read on what's essentially the progression rate of the embryo of Terra, and there are truths to both sides. In this regard, this is a combination of information that Gizmo can get from C-57. Dauntless's insight check and pre-existing knowledge from lore that you guys have gotten. So, yes, everything that the Yanmin, the Masters Yanmin are doing is shaking the baby's cage and will cause it to erupt significantly sooner than what is intended. And yes, they do want to essentially turn the planet into a piñata and then just gobble up all the fine resources and then just go somewhere else because that's what you do as conquerors of planets. But the thing is, it is a inevitability, but you can also perpetually hit the snooze button as long as there is a harmonious nature to the planet.
Guys, the battle for Monkey Ridge wasn't nothing.
It was for nothing. It was actually way more important.
It does require a planetary threat, Avengers level bullshit. I don't know, fucking
Monkey level threat.
It does require a planetary threat level attack to really cause the embryo of Terror to hatch prematurely. But it is still the soul of the planet.
The one thing that really worries Laszlo is if it's an egg, something's laid it.
God.
the universe.
Yeah, but I don't know.
I know what you mean. I know what you mean when it's like it's an egg.
We don't know
But
what this
maybe
thing
it's
is.
It's a metaphor. What is it?
Metaphor. Yeah.
Metaphoric an egg. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, though, it is
What
going to
came
hatch
first,
at some point.
the giant chicken or the giant?
Yeah, there's a giant chicken floating around in space somewhere.
Are you
I'm
trying
kinda
to tell
scared.
me there could be
A planetary chicken.
with a
Could be a
planetary
planetary
vagina? Yeah.
I did not say that.
No. Big cloaca.
I mean,
When a mommy
Holds a goal,
primordial and a
apparently.
daddy primordial.
oh yeah, I suppose it probably is a primordial of some kind. But yeah, that's a thing.
That's
That's a
terrifying.
possibility. Yeah, but
Yeah, Varys hears that, and then he's like, oh, "Wait a minute, this is." So it starts to click. He's gonna turn his attention outward for just a minute, just to see if there's anything like whirring around him, like other than the breathing guys or something.
No, not right now. Not at the moment.
paranoid.
Does my true sight reveal anything on him?
He's got some of those horseshoe
He's
crabs.
a fucking gold breaker. He's not a spinal case. He can walk.
No, but he does have a couple of those
Michael
horseshoe
Caine's gonna hit him in
crabs
the leg any moment.
connecting to his mechanical parts, plugging in wires and stuff. But other than that, he is just a fucking
Mr. House in it, big style.
Mr. House, yeah.
The platinum chip.
I'll be right back.
The platinum chip.
Varys is gonna message Gizmo privately in our network and just ask, "Hey, this, as far as this room goes, is he? What does C-57 say what his role in this room is? Anything we gotta be worried about?"
Gizmo, once more, jacks in.
Well,
According to what Gizmo finds on C-57, the emissary here, because of the fact that he is initially a resident of Somagri, he does act as a tuning fork to the material plane, gives a more advanced access to communicate with existing Yan Min on the planet via this guy as a conduit.
Bye bye. Bye bye.
I think all our brains went to the same place.
Bye bye. You gotta go. Drink this laxative. It's great. I mean, drink this.
He just shits out all his mechanical parts.
Shitting cogs for days.
So, back to this guy.
Will
you resist the rising tide? You woeful grains of sand. Only to delay the inevitable of your doomed planet? There is still many more seats to fill on this grand crusade of ours.
What are you crusading for? What the hell? What the hell? You tried convincing me one time, and you didn't really say that before.
You fail to realize, or maybe have come to realize, the benefit of discarding your singular purpose life, assimilating into something greater than your own. What happens with your good deeds across generations? Your name forgotten, friends and families passing away.
Our numbers will darken the skies of every world. No, that's not.
That Minecraft? Was that Minecraft?
You understand the perpetuating of your thoughts and actions that can be immortalized in the brand.
Master Brain doesn't even remember what it's crusading for, does it?
I am
I'm
a
kinda
lowly
winging it.
peon. However, the grand crusades of the Master Brain, as you call it, are beyond mortal comprehension.
You're too stupid to understand my cool
I was
plans.
winging it the whole time. It got out of hand and I
It
couldn't
was an
stop.
accident. I lost a bet,
Yeah.
and then I just had to keep rolling with it. 'cause
Me
I
and
needed
the
to
other
save
meatballs
face.
had a real good time one night. I got drunk at poker.
Got drunk at poker.
And then, I lost the bet, as Varys said.
But in short, the mass accumulation of all worldly knowledge across the universe and multi-universes can be assimilated and congregated into one locale, centered upon the Master Brain. Those of you thirsty for knowledge, questions about the universe, all can be answered with time and conquest.
All we have to give up is our freedom.
Yes.
What's
It's
the
kind
big
of that easy.
deal?
What's the big deal?
It takes the fun out of it, you dimwit. Didn't you get it? That's like,
That's half of the
Or-
fun.
you're just like, oh, I'm gonna beat the game, done. Like, you don't
I
just
don't
win
like
anything,
to
you gotta
play
work for it.
God mode. I like to
What?
play myself mode.
Then, as that
Put
is
that
the
on a shirt.
case, your vision is too short-sighted. And frankly, what is the difference between you dying now and 100 years from now, if all your deeds, accomplishments, and actions are dust in the wind, never to be remembered by anything more than a few handfuls of people who also will become dust in the wind when your
Hey,
planet
that is a good
hatches.
Kansas song. I don't know what you're talking about.
Dust in the wind.
No singing on my bridge.
Oh, okay.
This empire's gotta go. No singing on the
Starts
bridge.
starts playing fucking Daft
Laszlo
Punk.
just starts dancing.
Daft Punk only. I'm a robot now. I can.
He breathes loudly, waiting for responses from the short-sighted in his mind mortals, who cannot see beyond their own lifetimes. Infinite knowledge ready to be grasped in exchange for your individuality, which at this point, is it really worth it, knowing how flawed you are? The small incomprehensibly tiny nuances that make you you? Are they worth holding on to, knowing that there is something so much greater in the universe that you can be so easily assimilated into, with nothing more than some guy breathing pink smoke into your lungs?
Well, I know a thing or two about assimilating into a mind, alright? And she's not here right now, and I'm lucid of mind, and it wasn't even that bad, but this guy, bad. I ain't buying it. Gone this far.
Your ambitions are weak. Nothing more than just humble organisms going through the usual natural cycles. Eat, shit, fuck, reproduce, and die. Not necessarily in that order.
I'm not gonna lie. All of the things that you just said are the best part of
You kind of
life.
sound a bit jealous, dude. I think
Honestly, I think you're just jealous.
I
that
didn't see
you're
a
not
penis
there with
there.
me.
You're kind of. And you'd referenced the Minecraft movie a minute ago. That's kind of gay.
Laz was just like, as someone who now has 4 penises.
Yeah, I got many more
Actually,
penises that I need to use. Yeah.
I thought they were sperm flaps.
Whatever they are, I've got them. You don't have them.
He's
So
got 4 sets of legs, so he's got
Adam, 8 legs,
7
vagines.
vagines.
exactly
7 vagines.
Vagines.
the words are out of my mouth. I just think there's a bit of envy in this room right now. Okay, that's all I'm saying. But you know, I get you got to do the elevator pitch. I get it.
Jokes aside, we like our freedom.
And in the same way that lowly insects pass through their 1-year life cycles, you too will join them in oblivion. Those goals work.
Was that last bit?
What? I didn't say Elder Scrolls 4. What?
He's referencing again. Kill him. Oh, that's kind of like the intro to Skyrim.
Oh, you're gonna
You're
gonna
finally
finally-
awake.
Todd's gonna be at the end. Gonna be on the end.
Oh, no.
How long? I mean,
on top of
this
this elevator.
Adam, have you got a Todd fucking voice mod?
it's
Because
a Todd mini.
I'm
We're gonna
totally
open up the defense layers, and it's not gonna be a brain.
You
It's
see
gonna be a
that?
Todd mini.
See that defense layer? You can destroy it.
Well, let me check the library of community
It's
things.
gotta
See if
be,
there's
right?
some.
Todd
Who's
hat.
laughing now? I used to be a member of the chess club. Well, fuck you said.
For some reason, just the prospect of the Oblivion remaster bums me out so much.
Well, it's Sky Oblivion, right? It's coming out. I'd rather play that.
There's
Okay, searching Todd Howard gets nothing, unfortunately. For now.
For now.
You
For
can
now.
explain
Adam's
it.
on it.
All right, so we gotta kill this guy. We gotta fry him up and feed him laxative.
What the hell?
Well, I don't think throwing it into acid of a big brain is gonna work. But this guy can't move. So.
The Lulth network, is it still like 30? How what's the range on
No.
it?
We
The
don't have a
range
lot-
is planetary, but you have to be on the same plane of
We
existence.
don't have
have
that.
the Rajko network though, so if you want to talk to us, it should. I think we're still within the time frame for that to still be active.
I think it was like 8 hours or some shit.
Rary's telepathic.
Alright, so
Yeah.
let's just chop this guy's head off. Or is that
Feed
what
him
we're
the
doing?
laxative. Into the...
You really want to give him this laxative?
I'm gonna go. No, I'll hold on to it then. And
Hold on for it.
Fine. Festus is. This is the furthest Festus's deals have ever gone. He said it's the world's most powerfulest. I'll wait.
Maybe
I'll
if
hold
we
on.
give the Master Brain the laxative, maybe
Wait, it's
he
in the acid. It's
understand-
gonna.
Maybe he understands the euphoria of taking just a really nice shit.
I-
He'll change his
This
I'd
is the
love
best
to
one ever.
imagine that we're all actually just having this debate in the network right now in my head.
Let me use it,
In my
please.
canon.
Oh yeah, fucking just decapitate him. Get him.
Dottie, would you like to do the honors?
I'm not really.
I think you should. It's more poetic.
No,
you had like
I
a
chop his head-
moon.
I
You had a
chop his
moon
head
chat
off.
with him and everything.
I think you're also the only one with like a decapitating weapon.
Yeah, hit him with a flail, just fucking bludgeon his head in.
Is
I-
there
I
anything
said
you'd
the
like
right
to say to
perspective.
Scott when we see him again?
I have many regrets in my former mortal life. I do not regret creating that place of learning with a best friend of whom I still wish to see one day. Regardless of my fleshy wants and needs, I can hear no more of this futile conversation. As my flesh dies, my consciousness joins with the master brain, and you, well,
What if we just unplug you first?
I'm already in it.
As Daedalus says, unplug, I chop his head off.
Uh-oh, Henry gotta make an attack roll.
Sorry, the filter was still on.
Henry.
Uh-oh.
Whoopsies.
Do I have an advantage because he doesn't see it coming?
He sees it, but he's
He
fucking.
Definitely sees it
He's
coming,
tied
dude.
to
You
the
want to
chair,
kill him for
dude.
so long. What do you mean you're gonna try and kill me? I never let what happen.
Do I have advantage?
I did not see this coming in the slightest. I cannot.
Dude, look over there. Dude,
Yeah,
look.
bro, he's crippled. What do you
Dude,
think?
look left.
That's
Look at
On-
Daedalus.
On all aspects
he
except
killed his
physical, I am.
15. That's gonna be damn, that's pretty low.
Two to hit.
22 total.
Somehow
I rolled
he
an
dodges.
8.
He dodges. You missed, idiot.
He breathes his last bit of air and then he slumps forward and you just miss him by like a hair.
He uses
He's
his
got
last.
phantom dodging. He's
He
just
fucking
like,
uses his last breath to blow raspberries at you.
shitted.
Shitted,
Like fucking Hector. Like,
shitted,
what,
farted.
what's that fucking thing, Andrew? But it's fucking brilliant. Where is it?
Locked, cock, bloated.
Yeah.
All right, no better hits though.
Yeah.
Damage.
That's gonna be
Locked, cocked,
18 total.
loaded, shitted, and farted.
As you go for the neck to sever this guy's head stump from the rest of his skull, you can see that while the actual blade pierces through, and it feels like you're cutting through like straw. He is very stringy and thin. Not much meat behind those bones. But it cleanly cuts through. But the little horseshoe crabs, they scuttle up his shoulders, and kind of like two of them hold on to the head as it rolls down the throne. And before it hits the ground, they begin to shove wires into his eye sockets, his ears, and any other mechanical orifice that has been forcibly implanted into the side of his head. And he basically just becomes a servitor.
Does he go light all of the candles that are unlit automatically?
No, those are kept by a different servitor, but he basically just turns into a Bitcoin miner. He's doing so many calculations right now.
I need to like pop his brain. I think that's what we need to.
You see the little horseshoe crabs. They plug in the wires, but they don't move the actual head from where it lands. But you can see that his mouth goes agape, and rather than blood come out, it almost looks like oil. And across his eye sockets, there are little flickers of sparks, like a wayward electrical current is being passed through his head.
Just like you would squish an ant that's just passing by, I'm gonna go ahead and squish his head with my boot.
It's got a little bit more resistance because you're not using your weapon, but he is kind of like a Kinder Surprise egg.
It's inside.
Little toy. Choking hazard.
Can eat Henry.
But you squish his brain, and a little bit gets on like Daedalus's shoes of brain matter. The little horseshoe crabs don't have much to plug in anymore, so they kind of just take the wires that were plugged in and put them back onto their own tails.
Fine, I'll go somewhere else.
And that's that. The Great Agadol. Asarik, founder of the University of Solholm, and
My
friend of Scott, and well, he wasn't even around for when Kalos got
He's
hired.
like Henry's great grandfather boss.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck you. You
Should
didn't give me a
have gotten,
bonus.
like a bag of holding and take it with you.
Oh, too late now.
There's no fucking head left.
There's no
dude.
head left.
Here's some brain matter.
He's just brain
Dauntless
goo.
can add it to his jar of goo.
No, I think there's enough.
You're adding an array of very bad people to that jar. I don't like it. I don't...
In the future,
It's gonna
someone's
recombobulate it.
someone's gonna use that as a.
Hold on, let me use reincarnate, and it's gonna be some fucking amalgam of two of the worst people that we fucking ever met. It's not good.
Hey Gizmo, so how do we get up there? I'm assuming that place over there, that elevator.
Yeah, that's gonna be the way we get up. I'm gonna just go ahead and oh, let's see, you got something gunk on your shoes, Kalos.
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and take out my little vacuum and just start cleaning myself up.
What was over there? I was on the computer.
Agadol.
Oh. Well, it's kind of a big... Oh, that's on your shoe now.
It's also on Dottie's. Hey, let me clean that up.
Well, I suppose that's gonna go ahead and, just make it sure that they can't contact Somogri too well. It's not completely cut off, but he did act as a conduit. So, I mean, they're already kind of in a bad spot down there with no reinforcements or means of communication, so if anything, we kind of made it easier on the folks down on the ground, doing the war.
Woo.
So, it's a victory, but you
Go,
just can't
mindless
see it.
Bard.
You say mindless, but it's just
This
like...
is a hyper-calculated attack.
Yeah, imagine like you just tickled all of your enemies. Oh, that's not a good metaphor. Never
They
mind. I
laughed
take
so
it back.
much, they died.
They
Well-
laughed so hard because you take
A little pee as well.
But before we go, I just want to make sure there's nothing down here that I
Is the
missed.
breathing gone? Has the weird breathing disappeared?
Yeah, that was him breathing.
Okay. Right.
I'm gonna run to the bathroom real quick.
I will say though that as we go about this, gentlemen, I just want to take in mind that this could be, if this is the worst case scenario, the last time you see us. I know we did a lot of bad things, and I'm going to apologize on behalf of my civilization. I know the guy with the funniest voice is doing it, but that's kind of like poetic
Well,
justice.
we could have this guy do it as well.
Well, I
But
mean,
at the same
Oberyn's not
time-
gonna say anything.
I'll speak for Oberyn. He says, "Woohoo!"
But I will just on behalf of all the defectors, former kin to the Master Brain and the rest of these deplorable individuals, I won't try to say that it wasn't us in our own mind. We were brainwashed or part of a hive mind. Even in part of a hive mind, as you can tell, you still have some individuality and functionality, so we were part of this. So as someone who is responsible for your monkey predecessors turning into you guys, I will apologize on behalf of that. But at the same time, we accelerated evolution, so technically you wouldn't be here in the first place, but that's just me being pragmatic.
Hey, I think it's pretty cool that you did it anyway, because if not, I probably would still be an amoeba or something. So hey, I'm alright with it.
Well, you're human, so you're derived from... Oh, never mind. No, not amoebas, but... You know what, I don't think it's the small single-celled organism that you started out as. I think it's the multicellular functional organism that you are now, and what you do with your life that you really matter. I didn't quote Pokemon movie 2000 or anything right there.
You totally watched him, and you totally see that. You just been holding out on us all the time.
But
Well, at least you guys are here now to try and right a wrong. That's,
But I will say that, just in case when the Master Brain pops, look at me being optimistic. If this is the last time that we get to speak like this so cordially, it's been a pleasure, gentlemen. I don't wear a hat, but I tip my hat at you. And then what you do with the rest of your life is, I guess, up to you. Again, there's going to be a lot of power vacuums. But, I suppose we'll have to deal with that when it comes to, but at least we can all do so with the knowledge that it's our own actions that drive us forward, and not some greater scheme about eggs. I'm referring to the embryo of Terra, by the way. I don't mean like eggs from a chicken. That being said, I haven't had any breakfast in a while, so I think that's the first thing I'm gonna have. You guys ever have... No, I'm sorry, I'm tangent.
You like eggs?
No, I'm really
They've
good at
gotten-
making a cheese omelets with goat milk cheese and ostrich eggs. It fills you for the whole day. Sorry.
Forever.
But in any case, once we're done with this, I will say just feel free to pop in and say howdy doody. We're all good friends here, and considering the case of the world afterwards, I'm pretty sure politics is going to be the last thing on some of our minds. Or maybe the first. I don't know what you're going to do with your lives, frankly. And
Senator Laszlo, that kind of has a good ring to it.
I guess,
We
but
kind
of
of
what...
have the voice to it.
I do
Yeah.
have the power to control the masses.
Sorry about that. I missed.
Nothing. There's nothing. There's nothing.
Oh,
This
we're-
gizmo pouring his heart out to the
Well,
boys.
I'm saying this on behalf of myself. I don't know about the rest of the defectors. They've had a, we've all gone our separate ways, reconjoined here now again, and, well, I mean, Master Summerwatch isn't a Yan Min, but he's been privy to this thing the whole time, so, frankly, again, I guess that's gonna be it from me. Does anyone else want to have any fancy words?
I guess this is the last time that we're probably safe until we're not.
We're like in the most unsafe.
Really safe right
This is the most
The most unsafe, safe way that we're gonna have.
Well, I
I mean,
mean,
like,
no,
after
go
you
ahead,
pointed
sorry.
after you pointed out those crabs, I can't see them. Now I'm kind of like.
They're
kind of
on you
aware.
right there.
No, yeah, I
Don't
know.
say
I
that.
know.
Right there.
I know now that you pointed them out. So it's like.
Don't worry. They're just
Don't
gonna be-
worry, they don't listen, nor do they give a shit.
You don't have any audio jacks on you. You should be fine.
Okay.
Well, if you
Well,
think about it,
unless you
are
do,
yours
well.
audio jacks?
Nope. Nope.
Well, Gizmo, if we get out of this, I hope you take me on as apprentice for a bit.
Oh, well, I haven't taken on an apprentice,
It's
period.
You can take one on now.
This is you gotta do it for him.
Well, the thing is, I kind of like my digs over in Gromnil, so I don't want to move, so you'd have to come to me.
It's fine. I have a house over there. Or we have a house over there. It's fine.
All right. It has no furniture.
It's fine. I can create some.
Okay.
Don't worry, I could steal some.
There you
What
go.
the heck?
Not from the
Okay.
palace
What
itself.
if we just
obviously.
stole a bunch of furniture from Dauntless's dad? That would be funny.
There you go.
I don't know why you guys are immediately going to crime as soon as we finish up here, but you know
You know
what?
what?
That's
Why
the
limit
thing
it to
is,
that? Are these
that's
chairs all
why
bolted down?
you're.
Yeah, these just a pretty good
Yeah.
throne here.
I mean, we just had a conversation about freedom,
how-
so I guess you do whatever the
How-
fuck you
how
want.
rare would furniture be from a Yanmin mothership be? You're never getting this shit again.
Yeah, but I mean, like, who's gonna appraise it?
Well, we know in our hearts what it is. We should
Well, I mean,
throw
it's
some of the
sentimental
basketball
for your. You know what? You guys can start ripping up the furniture, I guess.
No, the
It's-
owner is still in the house.
Yeah,
so
we gotta
we
kill
need
him.
to
I
go
will- I
ponder
will
what we're gonna
take a-
nab.
Because of that, I will take a chair. I will take a stool.
Okay, well, they're all bolted to the floor, so they're on a swivel.
Uh,
On the way back.
I have,
then.
like-
on the way back.
I have,
on the way back.
I have Tinker. I have Tinker.
I have-
Well, I
I
don't know
haven't-
if we're necessarily going to have enough time to do that when
I think
vacating. There's a good chance that this thing starts plummeting into the nearest portal. Worst case scenario, goes into the elemental plane of fire, and we'll
Well,
just
we do
burst
have
into
a
hell.
friend there, so
Oh, by the way, how are we? All right, so summer at game plan.
So,
Brave dies. Ooh, woo! We are all alive, right? Woo!
Yeah.
Summerwatch goes back, and then we run. Is that how it works, right? Is that how we planned it out? Just-
best case scenario, we do need the pilot to start up our getaway ship. Now, I will also put this out in mind. With the Master Brain dead, he is the helmsman in all regards of piloting and controlling the ship. Now, while none of us have the actual organic components required to pilot this on our lonesome, you could kind of, like, at least moderately steer this thing if you were to pilot it. Your brain would explode. Sorry, I should say that first.
Oh, okay, then no thank you.
You get a one-time steer and then it blows your head blows up.
Well, you can kind of direct it in such a way that you know it's gonna fall into the right locale. But I think we probably should just leave.
Yeah, it's got the green Gronkler on here. So.
Well, I know you promised him you'd take him to somewhere, but realistically, are you gonna, uphold your end of the bargain?
Don't fucking say that out loud.
I think
What?
the deal we gave him was
He can't hear us.
Real next time?
I'm
he had the
saying
ship.
this.
Gave him the ship. He can do whatever he wants with it before it crashes. As long as it doesn't involve the
But yeah, so
body mass.
Summerwatch is gonna speaking as Summerwatch.
Me.
No Gizmo voice. I'm gonna need to save a couple of spells to teleport, 1 or 2, and I will get the ship ready to leave as soon as possible.
Well, you have the Elvenus plan. So you're good to get back. I think it's the rest of us that's the problem because
you have.
You can go ahead and start her up.
You left that decoy.
Unless you're the only one who's left to teleport us all with the spell slots to do so, then
That would be in the best case scenario, but I do have a lot of spells to kill this thing with.
okay. Well, you know what? Let's win first, and then we'll do
Right,
what we always do and do a mad scramble to figure out.
Just imagine,
Panic and
guys.
scramble.
This is gonna be our last scramble to save the world.
You doing egg metaphors?
I think the only 2 questions I'll ask are: will the teleporter shut down when the master brain goes?
I can answer that actually. The generators do have supplemental batteries in the case of power failure. Realistically speaking, assuming literally every power station goes down, the ship itself has enough battery life on reserve to hold this thing over for approximately 1 hour time, if we are walking about time in a place that has no time.
We can run. Okay.
Certainly, but I will also say though that because of the fact that all of the creatures on this thing, so not including the Yanmin, they're gonna have a bad headache. The creatures that are enslaved telepathically, unless they just develop the most crazy Stockholm syndrome. They're gonna break free of their enslavement, and they might either try to escape with us. If they're sentient, they might ask. Probably should say no, by the way.
Fuck you, you little fucking raccoon that tried to kill her. You're gonna fucking die. That's what I'd say. That's why.
Could we
Still alive.
Sorry.
I will allow one contingency. Can we turn off that microwave hallway in case we do have to run back to the ship through the?
Oh, I can actually do that from C57. So actually, don't worry about that, gentlemen. I can put it on a timer right now, assuming that it doesn't take us an hour to kill the master brain.
It probably will.
The most I can put it as a timer is 1 hour, so I can do that right now before we depart, and then the microwave hallway will be down for the time we are escaping. So the only thing I would say worry about is 1, your cardio, and 2, if anyone wants to...
Go ahead, sorry.
No, I was referring back to those stragglers, the formerly enslaved individuals. I will say, 1, if they ask to hitch a ride, probably say no. Now, I'm not the ship's pilot, nor the leader of the bunch, but I would say that most of these guys are probably not worth bringing along. I would also hazard that we need to do one last scrub down before we get onto the ship, just in case the green guy is tries to hitch a ride. Kalos, if you could just take care of that with your vacuum thingy, that would be appreciated.
Vacuum noises go off.
Sure. So just make sure no one just hops into the ship without getting vacuumed, because you'll be a health hazard for literally our whole planet when we get back. Just putting it out there. It's kind of a big deal.
Okay, so I'll be TSA. Got it. Awesome.
Yeah, and then also get yourself, obviously.
Of course.
He's completely green. Guys, everyone's safe. You didn't have green hair before, did you? No, it's fine.
No, it's not the magic item.
Am I green?
You remember?
It's like,
Ignore
looks,
my
his,
skin.
his face just looks like fucking Grimer. Like,
What's
I'm
what's
fine,
Cal's
guys.
current hair color? I haven't been keeping
No,
track.
wait, no. You're gonna have to check in the battle because in the battle that's when it's gonna change again.
Well, in this case, I suppose it's good that we're getting this conversation out of the way now because I don't want to say all this while running and sprinting and screaming all at the same time. I don't know why I'd be screaming, but you know.
Probably, yeah. Screaming's pretty good.
Screaming for your life, you know.
I mean, I will lament all the knowledge that's lost here. This is literally millennia and several
gonna-
civilizations worth of
Get a little
knowledge.
USB
I-
drive.
I was
get-
gonna say, yeah. Can we get a storage device that we can upload this information to?
We
do
don't-
have your Your
We don't have USB technology.
do you not
Sorry.
have
Sorry.
carrying knowledge technology?
I mean,
See his
we
little brain?
we literally just gave him we gave him our middle finger, saying we don't need to cheat and use your way to get knowledge. And
Yeah, no, I don't have anything that's large enough to hold the capacity
You
of
know
anything
what,
that's in here.
Ferris? That's why.
Whose side are you on?
Shut the fuck
I'm on the side of the
If
argument.
we
You
can-
literally.
If we
you gave
can
before you
skip
chopped
a
his head off.
couple of steps, I'm down for that. Shit.
That's
Oh.
literally what he was arguing for, and you chopped his head
Whoop
off.
Yes,
de
I'm
but
with you. We're on the
doo.
same page.
Yes, but that's not with
Oh,
free will. Jeez.
I got free will right now. It's great.
Exactly. It's
All
pretty
right,
good.
all right. Let's just.
Well, yeah, if I had a couple million
Crotch grab. If I had a crotch.
If I had a couple million pieces of paper and hands to write it, and maybe I could get it all jotted down, but that's not realistic for the most part. And, you know, why would we have external hard drives when everything is interconnected?
You
Voice of
hive,
reason.
hive mind people just suck.
Hey, I'm
The
on
fun
it, mate.
of things.
We're all in the network, okay, right?
Well, I'd have to imagine that once this
Well,
thing
that-
goes down, there's... You guys know what a space Hulk is?
This guy knows too much.
Any case, but yeah, it's an unfortunate thing that all this knowledge will be lost in
Library of
perpetuity.
Alexandria and all that.
I won't be
Yeah.
lost. All this knowledge came from somewhere. It's just kind of.
Yeah, but some of the
Yeah.
civilizations got turned into paste by the Green
He'll
Grandfather.
find his way
Exactly.
back.
That's probably not true, but okay.
Well,
I mean,
we
some
can
knowledge is
really-
probably not necessarily needed, like the recipes for different kinds of alien soup.
yeah, but like magnets.
How do they work?
No one knows, Callus. It'll be a mystery
We are
forever.
deleting the one civilization that knows the answer. How magnets work.
Yeah, well, I
They
suppose...
know the shrimp that fried that rice. They know him personally.
Jimmy cracked corn, and I don't care.
They know Jimmy who cracked that corn.
Oh, jeez.
Where in the world is Carmen Sandiego?
I know where, and I got blown up and eaten by a grandpa.
Well, we can't lament on it too much, fellas, because for the most part, you know, regret is what makes us mortal.
Wow.
I've identified as mortal for quite some
Did you
time,
practice
so
that one from-
well,
Alright.
kinda.
That's
Is
good.
there anything that we should take care of each other just in case if people die?
Oh, did you want a hug or something? Oh
No,
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 I'm
what,
sorry.
like
Just in case-
contingencies, like
yeah,
if you...
did you
I'll-
need to give a paper to a loved one? Anyone who?
Well, I've got kind of
Oh,
Turok's
I'm
mum
single.
to sort out when I get
Turok
back.
isn't here. He's
I
the
know.
only- the
I'm
only
just
one.
saying. I'm saying on my end of things.
Should I give a message to Turok and just say,
That's
hey,
what I'm
just
up to.
give this note to your mom. Don't open it. It is.
It's
from
me
Laszlo,
as a
though.
little spider. I'm alive still. I hated
I
this.
can grow back.
Well, I mean, if you want to be optimistic, then you know we're all gonna make it, boys.
Fuck yeah, we are. Let's
Now
do
then.
this.
All right, so
Well, next tomorrow.
yeah, it's gonna be literally tomorrow because I need to pee really
Is
badly.
there any? Okay, all right, fellas. Now that we're, is there anything else? You know, is there anything else? Anything burning in people's minds right now?
About
Just about the next session or this session or things to talk about.
Does everyone know the mechanics of the fight?
Yeah, that's what I was
from
gonna
Ayana?
say. Like a plan.
I don't need to
wise.
talk like this anymore.
Yeah, you can keep doing it.
Basically, when the shield-
You are the ranged marshal, people with bows and stuff.
When
and
the
then-
shield is green, the martial guys, we gotta hit it once. Once we hit it once,
One
it'll turn
hit.
orange. Then the magic boys gotta hit it.
Yeah.
And then we just gotta alternate like that until the brain is exposed.
But-
and pop the brain.
There are also, so is that matrix only on the brain? There are also
They're gonna
The
be
most
Yanmen out there.
terrifying ultimate Grievous warrior guy with blades of some unknown material.
You gotta overload
And Yan
him.
Min.
Yeah.
So that's another layer of.
Yeah, and also that raccoon's gonna be there too.
Little raccoon.
Where do you think? Where do you think he teleported to?
He's the first to go. I'm gonna fucking
that's
bisect
for
him.
Kalos has got a bone. Has got a score.
Yeah, that guy's getting fucking.
He
killed.
thought he held his hand. He thought they were friends, but it was just like, no, I don't like.
I'm testing for you if you got Ligma, and you're gonna die. You're dead. But yeah, I think sorting those out, Mind Blank will probably be deployed, just because immunity to psychic damage in a room of people that can Mind Blast. So, really scary thing that just cropped into my mind. If you get stunned, there is a blender that can just walk at you and kill you and can't miss. And it's a stun, which means it's an auto crit. So take out the Yan Min first. I think that's our best bet. Just to remove the ability to get stunned, I think would be very useful. Does that sound like a good plan? Because getting stunned by Mind Blast is fucking terrifying. And Mind Blast is what? Is an intelligence saving throw?
Yes.
So Dauntless now has advantage on those, which is good. What's your like saves on that, Andrew? Like what on intelligence?
Well, int is +8.
+8. Okay, so advantage. Okay. But yeah, I think that's probably a pretty good idea to try and neutralize those, just so that the Mind Blast stuff can't happen. Whether that is utilizing this like 4-bladed Ultimate Warrior guy.
Hand of God, yeah.
Hand of Gronk. Hand of God. That sounds terrifying, by the way, Adam. Like Hand of God's a very cool thing.
It's totally not a smite item.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, it's just
General Grievous, smite item, comboed, pretty scary. He's like, no, the Hand of Gronk, no, just killed, destroyed them all. But yeah, that Mind Blast is intelligence saving throw. Okay.
So go for the Yanmen first.
Yeah, I reckon that's just a good, and then the little raccoon can fucking
die. And then
die.
little raccoon fucking die.
And then it's just dealing with coolant, removing coolant options for this thing.
I'm kind of confused on the coolant part. So is there going to be like a pool of coolant or a lit or?
Apparently, there's gonna be.
It's kind of like what's over here. So.
So do we just punch him? Whoever is targeted moves that way towards that. And
so that it travels in the direct line path to. So it goes through and smashes those things along the way.
Smashing that open, and
then
it'll cool down. That's when we fucking bop him.
Well, we want to overheat it. That's the thing.
Yeah, but isn't
this the blue coolant? If he overloads, will overheat him, and then that's when.
That's when he'll.
No. I think it's the other way around.
No, the orange one is the coolant.
We don't want it to be cooled down. We want it to. We need to remove the coolant.
We want to remove the coolant, but we also want him to like basically overload himself. So
yeah, so we don't want to cool him down. That's the the plan.
Whoever is targeted has to try to get into a path where this blue thing over here. I'm gonna mark it.
We have a ping system, Henry. Ooh.
Ping man. Doing it.
Guys, we didn't use the block today. Hold on, I'm gonna be the first one to do it. Oh, it's beautiful.
How big is it? Let me just check. Oh, it's that big. How do you increase the height of it though?
I think it's like with the cone. I think you click it and then you.
Alright, let me try again. Hold on.
What did they say on the blog post? Oh, if you hold control.
Oh, control, yeah. It's beautiful.
Oh, it's so good.
Just campaign 3 is gonna be fucking phenomenal.
Oh, there's gonna be so many boxes.
So,
you know, most spells that use this are like.
Goes towards one of these things. It breaks open. He overheats.
No, he'll cool him down. If he's going through coolant, it'll cool him down, right? Or these liquid? These blue ones are liquid.
The blue is plasma.
Okay, so we feed him through those. And
I'm gonna make the coolant literally any other color.
Okay, so we want to try to remove any sources of coolant so it can't cool itself down. Fire it through liquid plasma, there's parts on his head or something. They have like a back of his neck. They have cooling for his brain. You probably want to. Are they a thing that we could target, Adam? Or
We'll
is
figure
it
it
just
out tomorrow.
okay?
Next time,
But yeah, that sounds like a good plan. Because I don't want to be stunned and be like, haha, they have a laser point at me and I'm gonna die. I'm gonna get fucking deleted.
So, seeing how this was more of a lore dump type of session, DM,
Mm-hmm.
would our 185 recaps count for tomorrow?
You guys don't want to talk about eggs in your recaps?
I mean, scrambled eggs. Can we link to different ways that you can cook with eggs, and it'll count as our recap?
If any of you do the same recipe, it'll cancel each other out.
Oh,
Alright.
okay.
I'm gonna end the
Alright.
stream there because I want just Greg to hear your guys' game plan just in case.
Greg.
I don't even know if he's still in here, but at least have it on the VOD. According to this, it's only Dan and Bob and Assassin Urksyke.
Oh shit! Do I not have it open?
That's just what my OBS reads as. If you're in here, I don't think it's getting read properly. Or if
no.
you're
Oh,
on
yeah.
YouTube also.
I mean, does this still work? Do you still have the little emotes that go across?
No, that's on a different mode.
The assassin might be me because I'm just on my phone.